back and frightened by how big and fat the monkeys are. The species is the Japanese macaque, the kind often pictured peacefully bathing in hot springs. The attacks, nearly 60 since early July, are getting so bad Yamaguchi City Hall has hired a special unit to hunt the animals with tranquilizer guns. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
News and analysis, townhall.com. This year's NCAA Woman of the Year is a woman.
It's one women's competition that a male swimmer will not win. The biological male swimmer born William Thomas will not be the NCAA Woman of the Year. Thomas was nominated for the award by the University of Pennsylvania and was one of 577 nominees. The award will go to Columbia University fencer Sylvie Binder. Tasha Stevens reporting.
It is exactly what then President Trump had warned Germany about, its overdependence on Russian energy. Well, now Russia has sharply cut the amount of natural gas it's shipping through the Nord Stream 1 pipeline. Moscow blames it on technical issues, but Germany says it's politically motivated, given the sanctions imposed on Russia over Vladimir Putin's war in Ukraine. Once again on Wall Street this hour, Dow futures up 159 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio. Yeah!
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I'm he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Yeah, well, if you want it to be happy, we need to stop putting Fox News on the TV. The first thing I saw as you said "and" was Federal Reserve to raise interest rate amid recession fears. Why do we have this on TV in the morning?
You don't want to be happy?
It's just, it's not happy-inducing, you know?
It was just like, I was talking, I was here. And I'm like, what is that?
I just see the Debbie Downer sound all the time.
Good morning, everybody.
I try, man. I wake up in the morning, I try to be positive, optimistic, but you see crap like that. You just, boy.
Happy Wednesday.
Yep.
If you're just listening to us, hopefully that's enough to make you happy today. But
they probably talked about it in the news, and I just missed it.
I was, actually, to be honest, I was working on another thing. I didn't even get to listen to the news yet. So.
It's nice, isn't it? When you can, like, sink yourself into the simplicity of just doing work.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Just get me busy. That's all. If you want me just to not think about the world, sales, get me busy.
There you go. Keep busy.
That's right.
Be careful what you wish for.
This week it's fine. Next week, not so much. They need to pick their weeks.
Yeah. Well, happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy middle of the week. Hope all of you are having a wonderful day so far. Thank you, sir. And got a full slate for you.
Ooh.
As just hot off the press.
I was going to say, this just in.
No.
I love when that happens.
Yeah, we do have a full slate for you. This hour, we're going to have Kevin Babers, City Development Director, join us. Give us an update on their last development meeting. Mm-hmm. In the 8 o'clock hour, we got the folks from Big Brothers Big Sisters of Southeast Mexico join us. Give us an update there. Imagine it'd be Kim Dusendorf dropping in, say hi. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15, the folks from American Legion Post 61, Lee and Jen will drop by and give us an update there on what's going on. Nice. Of course, they've been I know they had another Veterans Parade meeting last night. They're full out at the farmers markets now, and they've been busy out at the cemetery. They've been doing their thing. So.
Veterans Day is a lot closer than you think, kids. So
November. I know
it's planning now.
August is like next week, and yeah,
dude, it's like I didn't even think about it. But literally, I'm like a week away from my birthday. Yeah,
got plans?
No, not at all. Not at all.
No, it's the 7th.
Yeah.
My father's was
Sunday.
the 8th.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I literally have nothing planned, and that's fine. I'm good with that. I'm great with that, actually.
Yeah, I
try to downplay it as much as possible.
I usually do too. Like, I don't have it on Facebook. I don't have.
Well, I do, but I don't look for a thing. Then again, my friend is like the biggest party planner I know, so I'm sure something's gonna happen.
Right.
I just don't really care.
No, I've just never been one to do all that.
Yeah.
I'm not the into all that stuff.
Don't celebrate me, all right? Unless it's something I do that's cool. Then
it's all you.
Go nuts. I don't need to be celebrated. I'm not Kanye.
Yeah, I just it's
like, as a Leo, that's always been a thing for me. It's like, as a Leo, people are like, oh well, you're one who seeks spotlight, which sure,
okay,
but also seeks admiration. It's like, nah, not really. I just want to be here. I just like the warmth.
What they're saying is you want attention, but you don't want.
Yeah, I don't want the trappings that come along with it. Exactly.
Yeah, there you go. Well, yeah. So I did the rundown there. Hope everybody's having a good day. Kim and I watched a couple more episodes of that Inventing Anna last night. It's interesting because I'm you're shocked, but I'm kind of impressed at the same time. You know what I mean? That this girl is able to dupe this many people just by acting the part. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
Because just based on what I've seen from just people watching.
Yeah.
People will go to great lengths for a pretty face. They will, even if it's not something that's romantically linked or attracted, people will go to great lengths for someone who is more attractive. I don't know what science there is behind it. If you're not what you would call aesthetically pleasing, you're really at a disadvantage in this world. Pretty people just get stuff done. I don't
even think it's just that in this particular, because to be honest, she looks like a young girl, like some daddy's girl that doesn't really have a head for business or whatever, and she walks there and just acts like she owns the place, and it's incredibly annoying as a personality trait, but in that world and how she navigates through it with literally nothing and thinking people I'm
gonna have to check it out because I'm curious which the style that she approaches.
It's just this is the part that it's almost impressive to wrap your head around. This is a girl that I think's from Russia.
Okay.
That you don't know anything about her. She doesn't have anything. She's just nothing. She has nothing to her. She poor girl that is very ingenuitive, but she has zero money. She tells everybody about a vision of a art gallery thing she wants, and she's talking to big players, and became this close, just a hair away from getting a $40 million business loan to start her business with absolutely nothing but her acting like she's rich. And people giving her free stuff. And if she didn't scam hotels out of a bunch of money, she probably would have gotten away with it.
So what she did, I'm just gonna spitball here.
Yeah.
What she did.
Yeah.
She basically watched Fast Times at Ridgemont High 1,000 times. And she took to heart the dude's advice that he gives to Judge Reinhold.
Yeah.
Which is, act like wherever you are, this is the place to be.
Yeah.
Isn't this great?
It's kind of like that.
That's exactly it. She just acted like she belonged there.
Yeah.
And people, if you, I mean, for lack of a better term, if you believe that you belong in a place,
yeah,
strong enough and for long enough, you belong there.
She just tells everybody she has a rich German father, and that's pretty much her clout.
There you go.
She gets lines of credit, everything, because she has a rich, allegedly, has a rich German father, and the part about the series is they tell you, like, every episode they crowbar it into some background. It says this story is completely true except for the parts we totally made up. And so a lot of it's true, but
they're just being honest, because if you ever watch a based on a true story, that's exactly what's happening.
So what I'm saying is the events, like the money and all that I'm talking about, is the true part. Sure. What I'm guessing is the friendships and the interactions that they're talking about.
This is how they assume she got here.
So that's the part that kind of gets me, is like, this is a little girl, very, with nothing, and pretty much almost built major corporations out of $40 million for a thing. And it's part of me is like, wow, this is crazy. But part of me is like, gotta hand it to her. If she could focus her skill set into something productive, she could rule the world.
I mean, it seems like she is.
Right?
I haven't watched the series, but it seems like she's turning things into something very productive.
I mean, I haven't gone online and seen the outcome.
If she's this close, all she has to do is kind of finesse a little more, and then she'll be this close. I mean,
my guess is she's rotting in prison now at 30 years of age, or however old she is.
However, they got to hold the story.
Yeah, but it's just fascinating. So we're like 7 episodes in, so I think there's like 10 or something altogether. I don't know. So we'll finish her up here probably next couple days.
Nice.
But it's pretty good. It's pretty good so far. I mean, I'm interested.
It's always funny to watch, like, the way Mike views content, because like there's home Mike, and there's work Mike.
Yeah.
Work Mike is all about Stranger Things right now.
Yeah.
Home Mike is like, we'll see what happens. I'm gonna skip the stone across the river and see where it lands.
Well, and to be honest, this will skew here in a couple weeks.
Because you're close.
Well, my wife will be not home for the summer anymore.
You're like, school year. Dude, every parent in the city right now is just like, come on, day drinking.
And what I mean by that is, like, usually at lunchtime, I'll go home and watch like an episode of something like Stranger Things or something like that. But with my wife off during the summer, she's home.
I'll tell you this.
So usually I end up watching the news and part of like Rachel Ray or something.
This season is going to take you a while.
All right. Well, I'm first episode in.
Oh, are you? Okay,
I watched the first episode.
The first several episodes are normal, like hour 40.
Although they ended
minutes.
in a weird place at the end of the first episode.
Oh, yeah.
There is a girl stuck to the ceiling where every one of her legs, arms, and everything just bent.
Oh, Chrissy. Chrissy, no. Chrissy, no. Yeah. Chrissy. Oh, that was such a tough scene, man.
That's where they left you.
And that was like the moment where I was like, oh, this season slaps different. Because this is going to be a horror movie. Yeah. Because I don't like that. I didn't like watching her bones snap. Oh, that was rough.
Yeah.
Somebody took, so the guy who I can't think of his name offhand. Oh, dang it. The rocker, the guy, the trailer.
Eddie
Munson. Somebody took what Eddie said at the end and remixed it into a metal song.
Oh, yeah?
Chrissy, no. It's so good. I have to find it and show you. But it's really Chrissy, no. Chrissy, wake up. Chrissy. It's pretty good. But that scene, man, like, I was crying at the end of that. I was like, no, Chrissy. Granted, she probably got what she deserved, but still. That was tough, man.
I don't know. She seemed like a nice girl going through a rough time.
Yeah, she was okay. She was there for drugs.
So are we done with her? Is she not a main character?
As far as I'm pretty sure that's the last you see of Chrissy.
Oh, bummer. I was hoping.
I know.
I thought maybe we were gonna have a more cast in and Eddie and
the Duffers do a really good job of, like, maybe this person's gonna be around for a while, maybe not. Like, Munson wasn't even introduced until last season with the new Dungeon Master.
Yeah.
Which, man, dude. There are certain relationships on this show, and they almost always, like, involve Dustin. Like, they center around Dustin. But Dustin and Eddie's relationship is, like, pure love, and I love it. It's not like intimate love. It's just so, it's pure.
Well, why is he always got to have an older friend?
I don't know, but it's so nice to see that people care about Dustin, because doggone it, I love Gaten Matarazzo.
Well, he just seems to always have an older friend here, and especially these last 2 seasons. He's kind of gravitated that. But yeah, I've watched the first episode of season 4 here, so
buckle up.
It's
but no, what I was gonna say is the last half of the season, every episode is like a movie, so it's like 2 hours long.
Yeah.
The last episode's like 3 hours.
Well, and I also get to, this is a big change in life for the kids because now they're entering high school. And so at least that first episode is giving that hint of they're starting to spread in different directions.
Yeah.
Like, like one's starting to be the jocks while the other core staying with the nerds and the D&D. And then you got the sister who's kind of
the new kid
dealing with some kind of PTSD or something, with her brother and all
Max,
that. Yeah. So it's kind of interesting. And then, of course, part of the group moved to California at the end of season 3.
Right.
So.
Which and you're like, how are they going to connect the two? Oh, just wait.
Yeah.
Oh, just wait. It's such a good story.
Yeah. So.
I'll leave it at that. Your guess.
Yes, that is true. So let's do this. It's 7:19. Let's get you up to date with the weather, and we're back to more rain chances each day. But we're going to take a weather break, and then we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then Kevin Maver is going to join us on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
We have dry air in place over eastern New Mexico for now, but we may start getting some of that monsoon air coming in tonight and tomorrow. Sunny and hot today. Our afternoon highs around the 100-degree mark, and isolated late-day shower possible. Might get a shower or thunderstorm this evening, and then just partly cloudy overnight, low 70s, and then sunny and hot again on Thursday. We're looking at upper 90s, but we do have a little bit better chance of an afternoon storm. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Today we're going to give you the 5th key to a great marriage, taken from Drs. Les and Leslie Perot. Hi, this is Pastor Troy and Julie Smotherman for The Joy of Marriage. The 5th key is commitment, living the love you promised.
Galatians 6:9 says, "And let us not get tired of doing what is right, for after a while we will reap a harvest of blessing if we don't get discouraged and give up." One of the keys to commitment is just deciding in your heart, I'm never giving up on God, I'm never giving up on my marriage, I'm never giving up on my family.
Commitment is a promise made and kept by two imperfect people. It's good for our kids to see that problems happen and we're committed to solving them together.
If you want all 5 keys to a great marriage, you can go to our website at jomconference.com.
One of the best things about summertime in New Mexico is all the great places to go and neat things to do. Camping in the mountains, swimming at the lake, exploring the caverns, and so much more. And what makes all this fun and adventure possible is a dependable car or truck that fits your family and hauls your toys. That's just what you'll find at Roswell Ford. Here at the Tailgate Nation, we have the best selection of nearly new cars, trucks, and SUVs in southeastern New Mexico. They've all survived a rigorous 139-point inspection, and Roswell Ford gives you a 3-day money-back guarantee to make sure you're happy. You know Roswell Ford is always looking for gently used cars and trucks. If you have one you want to sell, we'll make you a cash offer on the spot and give you a week to think about it. This summer isn't going to last forever, so make the most of it with an upgraded ride from your friends at the Tailgate Nation. Roswell Ford at the corner of 9th and Main, the official sponsor of Summer Fun.
If you need a Kubota that works and plays hard, stop looking. You'll find everything you need at Amigo Machinery. When it comes to tough Kubota tractors, mowers, construction equipment, and utility vehicles, all with low-rate financing, Amigo Machinery is your one-stop shop. We are passionately committed to providing our customers with the highest quality products, most innovative solutions, and services delivered with integrity and professionalism. Stop by Amigo Machinery in Roswell or see us online at amigo-machinery.com.
Are you tired of your tired old furniture? Well, why are you keeping it? Glenn's Furniture has filled their store with a special purchase of beautiful, high-quality furniture at factory prices. Stylish reclining sofas and love seats, smart and practical dinettes and dining tables, sumptuous bedroom furniture, and Serta mattress sets, all specially priced and ready for immediate free delivery. Get the lowest prices of the year. Hurry to Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda, saving you money on quality furniture since 1953.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin & Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin & Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin & Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
At Anderson Bethany Funeral Home and Crematorium, we honor and pay tribute to the achievements of your loved one by celebrating the life you shared together. Anderson Bethany Funeral Home and Crematorium is compassionate and cares about our local community and the families we serve here in southeastern New Mexico. Locally owned and operated, we will be here to help you decide how to celebrate the bond you've shared and pay tribute to the unique individual you've lost. Visit us at 2609 South Main in Roswell or call 622-5888.
How do you make the most of your land? Shaw does it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1025R compact tractor, as he does everything to make
my yard look as beautiful as I possibly can.
But the Hubbards use their 1025R because
we really are trying to create this homestead.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a Deere.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
If you plug your nose, you can't tell the difference between an apple, potato, and an onion, unless you open your eyes. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 25 minutes after 7 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, the City Development Director back with us, Kevin Mavers. Good morning.
Good morning, Mike.
How you doing today?
Could not be better. It's a glorious day in Roswell.
It is. It's, we got a little rain the other day, maybe a little bit more coming soon with the monsoon season.
That's always nice. Coming from the low desert of California where, quite honestly, being a meteorologist has got to be the easiest job in the world in the Palm Springs area, because you've only got two possible scenarios.
Right.
That you're going to be correct 360 out of 365 days. It's either going to be hot and sunny, or it's going to be, oh my God, stay inside and sunny. Because it's that's just the way things work. So the rain, the thunder, the lightning, the showers, I love it. For me, it's just a wonderful change of pace.
Nice little difference. Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, now I think about it, I'm guessing for meteorologists, like if they want to go where all the action is, it's not the cities. It's probably like Oklahoma or somewhere in the tornado belt or Hurricane Alley or something like that.
Well, I wake up every morning and I flip on one of the Albuquerque channels, and then quite honestly, it's a more interesting weather report in Albuquerque than it was where I came from.
Yeah, I would imagine too. Yeah, it's at least sometimes they throw in other, either not rain or rain. That's the other. We have hot, not hot, and then rain or not rain.
Yeah, there you go. At least you've got a spectrum of choices.
That's right.
There. Like I said, in Palm Springs, you've got hot or oh my God, and sunny.
Yeah. Oh, and then there's fire season. There's the other.
There's that too. Although the wind does blow occasionally, like it does out here.
That's true. The wind. I think that's a universal, just western half of the U.S. here, especially from Texas down to Arizona and New Mexico and up into California. There, I think we all get a nice little wind tunnel through there. But anyway, we're here to talk development here, not elsewhere.
In certain parts of the country, the weather and development do go hand in hand.
Absolutely.
Because there are certain times of year you build and certain times you just stay inside.
Exactly. Well, and there's certain times that have to pour concrete and certain times the concrete don't pour so well. So yeah,
or set or
do anything you wanted to.
Yeah.
But for folks who aren't familiar, Kevin joins us each month here. Usually it's the day after the city development meeting, and just kind of gives us a rundown of what's going on with the city as far as development goes. What kind of businesses are coming in, what kind of just stuff is going on through the city when it comes to terms of community development and things like that. So,
all right, well, let's just take last night's meeting. I introduced the meeting by saying that this was going to be our first THC-free meeting in a number of months. We actually didn't have any cannabis cases, so nothing new to report in the cannabis world.
Not connected. Not as many cookies were eaten during this meeting. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. And but what was really fun was we had the first case that I believe is a direct result of the increased activity based on the UFO festival and tourism and a post-COVID. So if you combine all those things together, you get RV park. Upscale RV park. There was one case for a 20-acre parcel on the west end of 2nd Street. Down really close to the relief route. So very accessible for people coming north-south or from the west. But the developer is one of our local hoteliers, already in the hospitality industry.
So I imagine if anybody knows what kind of traffic's coming through and has been studying that and seeing a need for an RV park, that person would probably be pretty well informed on that.
And because of the activity for the UFO festival, his hotels, and I believe he owns 3, maybe 4 hotels here in town, they were booked months in advance for the UFO festival.
It's nice to see that again.
And yes, we'd like to see that every year.
Yeah.
But what that did is it reminded him that there was not only a need for additional facilities for people to come and visit, but also because of the renewed activity in building and development, you get a lot of people now, contractors and tradesmen and other people who are coming into our area who are just short-termers, and a lot of them own RVs, The RV industry itself, and I've been keeping track of it, since COVID is up. Activity in the RV, sales, overnight stays and everything else, sales are up 20 to 25%. In fact, I just read an article yesterday that said the deliveries of new RVs nationwide is up about 50,000 units.
That makes sense if you think about it, you know.
From a post-COVID world, I know that would you like to take a chance on a hotel or a place maybe you've never been staying at?
Sure.
Or, hey, wait a minute, I've got this wonderful RV or travel trailer, everything else, my sheets, my pillowcases, my food, everything else. All I have to do is pull it into a nice, safe, secure place. I already got all my hookups, got my water, power, communications, everything. Why not? So he's taking a good hard look. Like I said, he owns a total of 40 acres down there. He's setting aside 20 acres of it for the RV park. And that zone change to recreational vehicle park was approved last night. I had a chance to speak with the project contractor, representative of the developer, as well as the site engineer. And they are getting ready to start their design development drawings. They hope to be under construction by the end of the year. Don't know if they'll make it in time to be open for
next
UFO
summer.
Festival next year, but it ought to be close.
Gotcha.
It ought to be close. So very exciting, and I think it's indicative of one of the ways that we can build on the successes of things like the UFO Festival.
Absolutely.
To really enhance not just the employment opportunities, but the overall quality of life here in Roswell.
Sure. Well, I imagine, I mean, like you said, the oil and gas side will definitely probably keep it filled in the non-tourism season here, but definitely during the summer months and things where tourism is peak. How many families and especially the part where we're not Walt Disney World. We're not a vacation destination per se. We're a place you visit on the way to your vacation. You know what I mean by that? Or if they do a generalized tour of New Mexico, they're going to spend a day in Carlsbad, a day in Roswell, a day, in various things like that. But either way, a lot of people do this in an RV, and they'll say, "Hey, we're gonna take a 2-week tour of New Mexico," and they're going to be driving around in their RV, and so they're probably looking for places like an RV park to stay versus a hotel, and so to add more amenities, because I know we have a little bit of our bit. I don't think we have. let's face it. I know Eddy County, there's way more RV parks and things in Artesia, Carlsbad, and those areas.
Right.
And so I imagine we lose some business to them. They'll park, they'll come do here, but they're not going to stay the night. They're going to cruise on to Artesia and stay the night at that RV park or something like that.
They might.
And so I think this kind of keeps some more business in town for maybe another day or two longer because of that.
Well,
during tourism season. And like you said, it accommodates our oil and gas and those various other industries that have people come in here for months at a time to do a job.
Right. And that's where, looking at the long-term benefits of a nice, little more upscale RV park, especially one that's also business-oriented.
Sure.
So you got all the high-speed communications and things, direct hookups for your travel trailer. You get the road warriors, the people that will come into this area, and the hope is they will stop here in Roswell. They'll stay here in Roswell. They'll unhook their RV or they'll unhook their Class A motorhome from their dinghy vehicle or whatever, and then they'll use Roswell as a base of operations. They'll go, let's face it, within a couple-hour drive here every single day. You can cover most of southeast New Mexico and a little bit of West Texas.
Sure.
So it really does make a lot of sense when I sat down, and the location in particular being right there, almost adjacent to the relief route, makes it very, very easily accessible for larger vehicles, too. They don't have to drive through town. They don't have to make a lot of turning movements. And because this property has direct access to 2nd Street, they can do a nice big entrance there off of 2nd that will be very inviting, bring people in. So it was a neat little project that I'm looking forward to seeing come to fruition.
Yeah, because that's one thing we all know. RV drivers aren't CDL drivers.
No, they're not.
And we learned that the hard way.
In fact, that was one of the things when the developer first came forward, the property owner, the developer first came forward. I asked them what information they had on RVs, and they were telling us that they were doing a research. Well, I took that as an opportunity to do some of my own background research, and the way RV parks have been changed and redesigned now to accommodate the 40-foot long Class A motorhomes plus a tow vehicle.
Yeah.
You're looking at pull-through sites now that are 70 feet long, sometimes 80 feet long, because all the newer RVs and travel trailers come with slide outs on both sides. It's not just an 8.5 foot wide vehicle now. Now, by the time you go a 4-foot slide out that way and a 4-foot slide out the other direction, you got 16 feet, and that's just for the vehicle.
Yeah.
Then you have to have some place for people to sit and camp and do all the things, outdoor kinds of things. Then, of course, people's expectations have grown dramatically. When you're out there spending, some of these Class A motorhomes, you'll spend $400,000 or $500,000.
Yeah,
they're more expensive than a house.
Yeah,
and even some of the really nice fifth wheels and travel trailers, you're still looking at 6 figures for some of those. So these are people with income, and they have expectations of certain levels of service and amenities.
Yeah, it's not camping, it's glamping at best.
Definitely glamping. Absolutely glamping. And then we throw in the business component as well. And you're talking about looking at RV parks in a completely different way than they've been looked at in the past.
Sure.
Or, kind of like the I know the Elks Lodge nationwide. They're famous. They all have a place for people to park their RVs.
Yeah.
And of course, Walmart welcomes RV people to stay overnight too. But that's not the level of comfort that the new road warriors and the new travelers are expecting.
Yeah, generally these places have showering facilities and some kind of recreation of some kind.
I would say showers, laundry facilities, restrooms, full hookups with 30 amp and 50 amp hookup. That's minimum. And then you're going beyond that with you probably better have some kind of recreation facilities, maybe a dog park, walking trails, and really nice landscaping. It has to be a place that you feel comfortable and at home, because if you're really going to take advantage of the long term, we get some people now. There's whole groups of people out there that that's their lifestyle now. Is they've given up their traditional base of operations, a home, and they live in their RV, and they'll come down from north And let's face it, our winters here aren't that severe.
No.
You'll have a few nights where they get cold, but this could be a wonderful place for people to come down, especially in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
When it's starting to get cold up north, you get the snowbirds coming down this direction. Spend a couple of 3 months with us right here in Roswell and take advantage of all the Southeast New Mexico has to offer.
Yeah.
Like I said, it just, for me, it was a no-brainer when they brought it forward. It's let's figure out a way to make this work.
So everything got greenlit here through the development meeting.
The zone change got done. They're on the way right now. They're getting started with their design development drawings.
Okay.
So the engineer was there last night. He gave us an update on the boundary surveying topography. There's a significant one of the reasons we're also excited about this is because that particular property in that end of town has a significant flooding potential because of the South Fork of the Spring River.
Gotcha. Okay.
Crossing underneath 2nd Street right at that location. So it's going to take a significant amount of engineering design work to make sure that we resolve some of those. Obviously, for community development and for our engineering offices and for anybody who owns a home here in town, the recent flooding that we've had is kind of top of mind.
Yes.
So when we have an opportunity to correct some of those issues, or at least reduce any impacts to downstream properties, we want to take advantage of that.
Sure, which is probably the reason we were talking about earlier. It's more likely going to be about a year before we see this actually as an RV park, because there's a lot of pre-work like this. It's got to be done before they even begin park work, I guess.
And of course, when you were dealing with those kind of issues, our city engineer has to take a good hard look at it. NMDOT will have to take a good hard look at it. So the time frame for getting things approved is going to be extended a little bit, but I don't believe there's anything insurmountable.
Good deal. Well, I think that'll be nice, and maybe here about a year from now we'll be looking at a ribbon cutting ceremony and all of that for a grand opening of an RV park. So, good deal. What else do we want to cover?
Oh, the other exciting thing, and it's kind of along the same lines, is another zone change and a special use permit for the property over off of Garden that used to be an old nursery and things. It's about 10 acres.
Yeah.
They came back forward. We rezoned it to an RS zone, which more is a residential suburban, which allows that crossover between some light agricultural uses and residential.
Okay.
The intent of this is that they're going to reopen that old nursery.
Oh,
they're going to have some local people and have facilities available for people to have community gardens and other things. It's going to be a really neat little project, and it's one of our...
So it's more of a community space more than like a retail business or
it's
housing.
actually going to be retail, but it's going to be... The intent here is, and the way it was presented even last night was that the people that will be have the vegetable plots and the flower pots and some of the other things, it is going to be it's going to be locally grown and locally sold or locally consumed.
I got you. Okay.
So we'll probably have some people that will want to grow food for the local food banks and things like that. But then you'll have other people that'll want to grow things that will probably go directly over to our local restaurants and go directly farm to table or farm to restaurant to table immediately. So it's going to be, I said, it's a real neat amenity, and we had some of the locals that live over in that area speak up about the project in favor of it and reopening this.
Well, if the neighborhood wants them, then that's always a huge endorsement for the project.
It's always a benefit when the neighbors come up and they say, "Hey, this is a great idea. We'd really like to see it." But the one thing they're going to do, in addition just to growing the fruits and vegetables, they're also going to have education facilities there. So they'll be teaching people about growing their own food. They're also, what was the other thing that they were going to have? Oh, agritourism.
Okay.
So we're working in the whole tourism things as well. So it'll be just another facility that just adds, I said, quality of life.
Yeah.
Seemed to be top of mind last night, and adding these little amenities, adding the RV park, adding the agribusiness facility, and other things just seemed to be the direction of if I had to have an overarching theme for last night, it was quality of life.
Well, and I also, when you look at that, it also gives a kind of an indicator on how the community as a whole is doing. When you come to city development and things like that, whereas Whereas when you've got businesses of this type, recreation, RV, bringing in things like you said, it speaks volumes of the community's doing pretty well. Where as a city that's not doing well, last night's meeting would have been 10 minutes long because there's no one trying to buy businesses and grow and expand in our community. So the fact that each meeting you're getting more and more unique stuff here, and to be honest, the fact that y'all didn't talk about weed once this whole, you know what I mean?
Not last night.
Is
anyway.
a neat little thing here, and it shows that this community is getting pretty diverse in what it's offering, and becoming slowly, I think, a mecca for other things in this community. It's like all this points to me, like if we keep on this path, Roswell's going to be like a Las Cruces of the eastern southeast side of, you know what I mean, where Cruces kind of, I mean, not to that volume size, but I think,
I would certainly don't want to, insult any of our friends in Las Cruces, but
yeah.
I think we can do better.
But I mean, in terms of what way people look at that for its needs in that side of the state, that's what I think. Like, there are many people that come from points all over that area that use Las Cruces as a hub to do what they've got to do, and Roswell's like that for this part of the state now, but I think we're going to get in a much bigger volume of a Cruces size the way we're going. If this kind of development continues and this kind of growth continues in our region.
Yeah, and that's something we're going to have a much longer discussion of. And I mean, between the community, the residents, and the city council, and our planning commission probably need to sit down and have some longer discussions. We're very, very close to entering into what I would call the development sweet spot, okay? The sweet spot for most of your major restaurants, shopping centers, all that, they all look at the same demographic information. And for a city somewhere between 50 and 75,000, you really start getting a lot of attention, okay? Between 75,000 and 100,000, you really start you get a lot of activity.
Right.
Okay. We are just right on the cusp of that 50,000 mark.
And we've been at it for 20, 30, as long as I've been here.
But with the activity that we're seeing, the number of new houses that are going to be being built, the number of jobs. I mean, Mike Espiritu over at the Roswell Talbot County EDC is doing just a phenomenal job putting deals together and making sure that not only our current residents, but our children and our grandchildren and everybody else have opportunities and jobs. My responsibility is, of course, to make sure that we've got a place to live, and a place to shop, and do all the other things, the amenities that they need in order to have a very good quality of life. Because the constant refrain that I've heard since I got here was, we have to figure out a way to keep our kids and grandkids from moving away. We want this to be a family community. We want there to be opportunity for them to go to school and for them to do things. And that's
generations can live here.
We want to have a multi-generational community. And in many cases, we don't have that. We have a pretty significant community of retired folks or people in their advanced in years. We have a number of young families, okay, but that middle spot is that missing middle, truly is what it's called, is where we're losing it. The children, they grow up, they don't see any opportunity for them. They they move away either for job opportunities or for school, and then once they're gone, they might come back in 20 years or so when they're looking to maybe get back
settle down again.
Settle down. Okay, I've done enough exploration. I'm done. And come back. But how do we find a way to continue to be a community that's attractive to our younger people, the children and grandchildren? So that's a longer term discussion that we need to have, because I think we are, we're looking at a lot of things. The last thing that we had going on last night, and this is indicative of some of our existing businesses here in town reinvesting in themselves and growing. But we had a project on tap last night for the Allsup's gas station at Sycamore and 2nd Street.
That's one of the ones they're redoing.
They're completely.
Yeah.
So they've got that one and one at McGaffey and Lee as well. Both of those are going through the process. You'll see some significant activity, but they are going to be becoming much larger and much more diverse in the services they provide. It won't just be gas and maybe diesel, but they'll have gas, diesel, electric vehicle charging stations. That's something we're also starting to see pop up around town with the growth of the electric vehicle industry. We just approved, it didn't have to go to Planning Commission or City Council, but we just approved the installation of, I believe, half a dozen electric vehicle charging stations in front of the Target. So you'll see, I think, 6 or 8 of their parking spaces now that'll have the electric vehicle charging stations. And so it'll be the high speed, either level 2 or level 3 chargers. So you'll be able to pull right up, plug your car in, go into Target, do your shopping, come back out, your car will be charged, and take off again. So we're seeing a lot of that, and we want to take advantage of that because right now, with very, very few exceptions, we just don't have the ability for people, even with hybrid vehicles, to come into town and park, say, here in our downtown, go to the UFO museum, go visit all of our shops, and sit at a charging and recharge and be able to make it back home or wherever they came from. So that's a kind of a side thing, though, that we're working on that will encourage the purchase of either new electric or new hybrid vehicles, but also encourage people to drive those vehicles here into town.
Use them for more than just local stuff.
Which will also, with the do a little bit to improve air quality and other things too. So a lot of stuff going on from the business standpoint, from the quality of life standpoint, from environmental standpoint, the water and air quality and things. It's just and. From my perspective, all of it good.
Yeah, it does sound good. It sounds like we got a lot of good stuff going on. I'm really excited to see about the new RV park and all that. I think that'll. To be honest, I think we probably could use a couple more of those. To be honest,
honestly, I think we could, and I was really glad this one came along when it did because we did have last month. We had a gentleman that came forward that had some property in the south end of town. Portions of it was currently zoned for an RV park, and it just wasn't the right location for an RV park, so they rezoned it, I think, R3 for workforce housing, more apartments, condominiums, things like that. And that's another area that we're starting to see a little bit of growth on, too, is we're filling in those entry-level opportunities or those rental opportunities and things. So it's you spoke just a couple of minutes ago about how it's wonderful to see all the activity at the Planning Commission and the City Council. 18 months ago when I came to the city, it wasn't that way. There was almost, in fact, we canceled 2 meetings
because
in the first 6 months I was here because there was no activity.
See, that's the kind of stuff people need to pay attention to because that's your indicators of how life in our community is going. When meetings like that get canceled, that's usually not a good thing because that means there's no development or no growth going on.
Right, and they're whether we, depending on your perspective, the cities have a life cycle just like human beings do, and all communities do, and you're either growing and living to your fullest, or you're stagnating and potentially dying. And I think we're entering into a wonderful growth and development phase. It's not going to be insane like some of the stuff that I had to deal with and live with through during the 1980s and 1990s and even the early 2000s in California. But it's going to be a much more moderated growth. I think it's going to be growth that we can absorb and that we.
I think
can
that's
work
the
with.
better thing at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Usually, what goes up hard comes down hard.
Been there, done that, and have no desire to repeat.
So
it's almost like truly like that first big hill on a roller coaster. You're going up, 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 nice and slow. You get to the top, and that down
and it drops like a hot potato.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it can be brutal and it can be fast. Right now, if we could move through the next, say, decade with 3 to 5% growth per year, adding in houses and jobs and business, that is really wonderful, sustained growth that's just going to benefit the city. It gives our public works people and our city engineer the time to do all the studies necessary to make sure that we have the right-sized roads, the right-sized sewer and water systems to handle the growth. But it also kind of fuels the fire and the buzz out there in the development world. Like I said, everybody looks at the same stuff. Everybody looks at the same demographics. And once you get into that sweet spot of between 50 and 75,000 people, all of a sudden the number of opportunities grows exponentially.
Bunch of doors just open, wide open. Yeah.
Wide open. And we want to be ready to greet them.
That's absolutely, yeah. We've been waiting for those doors for a long time.
There you go.
Kevin, as always, we appreciate the visit here. Of course, don't forget, folks, these meetings are open to the public. You're more than welcome to come and observe these meetings. They're always the fourth Tuesday of the month?
Planning Commission is always the fourth Tuesday of the month. It's always held at 6 p.m. and it's always in the convention center.
Okay.
But you can follow along on GoToMeeting.
That's right. You can sit from the comfort of your home and watch the meetings.
In fact, you can even participate with GoToMeeting if you choose to do so. And then, of course, all of the meetings are then recorded and then live streamed, so you can play them back.
So if you missed yesterday, you want to go back and watch it?
Play it back, watch what's going on. It's actually, I'm really very pleased. The city of Roswell took advantage of the opportunities during COVID and having these hybrid type meetings now where they're both online and in person. It's actually a wonderful way to get the community involved. So we would like to see community involved. I would encourage additional community involvement.
It is your community. You live in it. You should definitely pay attention on how it's shaped and molded.
And even though, when I get excited about a project, it's because I see the benefit. There are other people, though, because I am a relatively new resident, that might say, have you thought about
That's not how we do it here.
And I don't get that input unless you participate in the process.
Absolutely. You just come in with your own ideas, and you have to wait for someone else to give you some other ones here. So good deal. Well, Kevin, appreciate the visit. We'll see you next time, if not sooner.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you. It is 7:54. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll throw some sports and Wall Street update in between commercials. So here you go. We'll be back.
Hey, New Mexico. Experiencing issues keeping your office technology up to date with these crazy supply chain issues? Well, DSI is here to help. We've diversified our products and solutions to help your business not just survive, but thrive in any situation. Have your teams collaborate and share with high-def video walls and interactive smart panels. With free unlimited support, the fear of any new technology is a thing of the past. Contact DSI today to upgrade your workspace. www.dsinm.com.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. Volleyball season is coming up, and we have often mentioned the history that Goddard and Roswell High have had in volleyball. A lot of success over the years. But looking back, it's been since 2013 since Goddard has won a state championship, and that's been the latest for both teams. But Goddard almost won it last year. Just to remind you, the Rockets were 21-6 last year and made it to the state semifinals, losing in 5 to eventual champ Artesia, 16-14 in the fifth. That's tough. But Goddard had a couple of all-state players last year who were underclassmen, first-team middle blocker Sofia Valdez, and a second-team all-state setter in Maria Armendariz. So now she's just a junior, and Goddard's got a lot of hope once again. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
Your ride is broke, needs a fix? Come on down, we'll take care of it quick at Big O. Big O Tires. Whatever the problem will ease your fears, we got experience nearly 60 years at Big O. Big O Tires.
With nearly 60 years of experience and high customer ratings, you can always count on your local Big O Tires to give you quality products and trustworthy service, all for a low price. From July 11th through July 31st, save between $70 and $100 instantly on select sets of Bridgestone and Firestone tires with installation purchase. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation charges extra. Required on all 4 tires. Not valid with other offers. Eligibility may vary. Disposal fees extra and up to 10% shop fee based on non-discounted regular retail price not to exceed $35 where permitted. See store for details.
Attention Roswell and surrounding areas. Roswell Nissan announces a special vehicle liquidation event. Newly arriving inventory and an overstock on pre-owned vehicles means Roswell Nissan's got to make room. With huge savings on Frontier, Yukon, Ram, and more. Even some 2021s and 22s. And rock bottom back-to-school savings on Lexus, Chevy, Jeep, and even an Audi A5. If you've been putting it off, now's the time to trade up and save. The vehicle liquidation event on now at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd.
$3,000 is up for grabs at the first annual Curry County Fair Battle of the Bands. Friday, August 19th at 6 p.m. Send your band's demos to KTQM at plateautel.net and events at curryeventscenter.com. Whatever your band is, Christian, rock, Tejano, heck, rubber bands, we want them all. Send your submissions by this Friday, July 29th to make sure your band has a shot at one of 3 cash prizes.
The International UFO Museum and Research Center, alongside 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, wants to thank all of our friends that made the 2022 ufologist invasion such a success. A huge thank you to Candlewood Inn and Suites, Roswell Ford, Dion's Pizza, Home 2 Suites, Pepper's Grill and Bar, Rib Crib, Portofino's Italian Restaurant, La Grande Victoria, and Antigua Cocina Mexicana. We would also like to thank Clyde Lewis for bringing his show to Roswell. This year's festival was a huge success thanks to those great partners and the welcoming folks of Roswell. We can't wait to do it all again in 2023.
Pressure Services LLC in Artesia has immediate openings for experienced vacuum truck, kill truck, and hydrovac operators. Operators must hold a Class A CDL or Class D CDL, at least 2 years of experience, and be at least 25 years of age. All positions require a clean driving record and must be able to pass a DOT drug and alcohol screen. Pressure Services offers great pay with IRA benefits and employer contributions toward health benefits. Please apply in person at 402 West Main in Artesia, inside the Aid Safety Facility. Equal Opportunity Employer. The Valley Cafe introduces weekly lunch specials. Whether you like burgers, soups, salads, or sandwiches, the Valley Cafe will satisfy your lunch cravings. This week for lunch, try the Jamwich. Thinly sliced ham, bacon, grilled onions, grilled jalapenos, and Swiss cheese. Served on a bolillo bun with jalapeno pineapple jam. Grab and go lunch now at the Valley Cafe, the orange building across from Church on the Move, 801 Brasher in Roswell.
You can't hunt camels in Arizona, but you can buy them. They go for about $10 a pack. Here's Mike Winters.
America's Strategic Petroleum Reserve, oil set aside for use in the event of war or other national emergency, continues to shrink. The Department of Energy releasing another 20 million barrels of crude. It's supposed to help bring down gas prices. But as Town Hall's Katie Pavlich notes, it was recently revealed that much of the oil has been sold to other countries, including China. Prior to this latest release, the reserve was already at its lowest level since 1986. It's widely expected the Federal Reserve will hike its key interest rate by 0.75 of a point today, a major increase designed to rein in inflation, now at a 4-decade high. And that surging inflation taking a big toll on consumer confidence.
Concerns about higher prices for food and gas continue to weigh on Americans. The Conference Board said Tuesday its Consumer Confidence Index fell to 95.7 in July from 98.4 in June, largely due to consumers' anxiety over 4-decade high inflation.
That's correspondent Keith Peters. There is progress to report in the battle against the massive oak fire. It's burning in Mariposa County, California, near Yosemite National Park.
They've been able to still get some good containment lines dug in and bring this fight to the fire, and I think you're going to see over the next few days those percentages increase.
The Sacramento Fire Department's Keith Wade talking with KXTV. The oak fire has charred more than 18,000 acres. Flash flooding produced by rainfall of historic proportions claimed for at least one death in the St. Louis area. Damage widespread across the region. There have been numerous high water rescues, many people driven out of their homes. Portions of some interstates were closed by the flooding. Watching Wall Street, stocks are higher. The Dow is up 108 points. The NASDAQ Composite Index ahead 251 points, gain of more than 2%. More on these stories at townhall.com.
If you're considering protecting your retirement with gold or silver, listen up. Mark Davis here. One company I trust for this, Advantage Gold, the highest rated precious metals firm in the country. They are so passionate about teaching people how to own physical gold and silver. They've won the Best of TrustLink Award 4 years in a row because they really educate their clients on how to buy gold and silver the right way. Call 800-900-8000. 800-900-8000. Talk to one of their experts. They can send you a free gold kit along with a free copy of the Wall Street Journal national bestseller, The Great Devaluation. Number again, 800-900-8000. Don't wait any longer. Get the best information, the best process, the best service, the best value, all from Advantage Gold. 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. Call Advantage Gold today. 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
Ukrainian troops have hit a strategic bridge, essential for Russia to supply its forces occupying the country's south.
The deputy head of the Moscow-appointed administration for the Kherson region says the Ukrainian military struck the Antonivsky Bridge across the Dnieper River late on Tuesday. He said the bridge remains standing, but its surface is pierced with holes, forcing a halt to traffic. The nearly 1 mile long bridge sustained serious damage in previous Ukrainian shelling last week when it received multiple hits. It was closed for trucks, but had remained open for passenger vehicles until the latest strike. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Strong earthquake set off landslides and damaged buildings in the northern Philippines today, killing at least 4 people, injuring dozens. In the capital, hospital patients were evacuated and terrified people rushed into the streets. News and analysis at townhall.com. 2 Democrat senators urging Transportation Secretary Buttigieg to fine airlines for a high number of cancellations and flight delays.
In a letter, Senators Elizabeth Warren and Alex Padilla paint a picture of an airline industry run amok with poor management that's damaging travelers. The infractions include more overbooked and late flights and more flight cancellations already in 2022 than for all of last year. With fare prices up 50% from January, the letter notes airlines are in arrears for more than $10 billion in refunds. Senators say the only solution is for Buttigieg to hit the airlines with fines of more than $37,000 for each violation. Bob Agnew reporting.
China's communist government rejecting as a political lie a report by the Wall Street Journal that Beijing tried to recruit informants in the Federal Reserve System in order to obtain U.S. economic data. So again on Wall Street, the Dow's up 134 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
Deuces.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
We're down to 1, huh? I just noticed we have dual billing in the tag.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess because we're down to just 1 camera.
Oh, we can't get that one going, huh?
He couldn't. Yeah, I was messing around with it earlier.
Camera's being a little fidgety.
To be a little... I'm not going to say it.
He was talking
recently
about the scroll.
Just that we're Mike Winters with Sean Smalls.
We have one of the cameras being angry and was not working this morning, so we only have one camera in the studio.
It's mad at us. I don't know what we did.
I prefer con. Mike Winters con Sean
Con queso.
Well, happy Wednesday.
Because I feel like you're the substance. I'm just the cheese.
Yeah, but people love the cheese.
I know. I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying I'm the cheese.
People don't want the substance as they pour cheese on.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
I'm the broccoli.
Cheese ain't much without all that substance. Trust me, I was keto for a quick minute.
I'm the broccoli. You're the cheese.
When you use cheese as like your vessel for things, as in like a shell, a bun, you learn that cheese ain't all that great. Something just like tumbled off your microphone. Are you sloughing? Sloughing off?
What is that? It's a piece of rubber.
It looks oh, is it?
It's where the rubber hit the road.
Oh.
Looks like a...
You're falling apart, man.
Yeah, something. I don't know what that is. Little piece of something that wrapped around something that fell off of something. So, I don't know.
No. It goes in the trash. I'm sure it's important for some, but better luck next time. Part.
And you're out of here.
I've done that on more than one occasion. I'm like, it's a washer. It's got to be to something. But they don't put extra parts in the box, do
It's
they?
still working and it fell off. It's good.
You really want to be a messed up company, you should put extra pieces in your box. Because it will make everybody will be paranoid at the end of whatever they're building.
Yeah.
They get their desk or bureau finally put together, and there's like a
And some
washers.
do it. You know, I mean, with the help of saying extra. But
As long as they say it. If they say it in the instructions, that's fine. We included a few extra parts. Don't get panicked.
But if you don't say
they
nothing.
don't say anything, that's a nightmare.
Yeah.
You're like, what's going to happen? What part didn't I put in?
It's always like in the movies. You always see it in movies where it's usually in a garage and someone's car comes in and they say, can you fix it tomorrow? And then they give it back to him and it's like, yeah, it's all ready to go. And he gives them a box of parts. And like, I don't know where these go. These are extras.
You know, I'm none too reassured. Thanks.
Like, I think Doc Hollywood, I remember they did it in that movie. There's at least a half dozen of those movies where they've done that. Like, here's
here's your extra parts.
I think it's a Seabiscuit. Didn't he do it in Seabiscuit at the beginning with the?
I literally never watched that with Tobey Maguire. I never watched it.
You never watched Seabiscuit? No. I love Seabiscuit.
No,
Seabiscuit's a great movie.
I think at that point you were like a seasoned adult. Yeah, like you could acceptably watch things like that. I was still a judged youngster.
Seabiscuit. Go watch it now as an adult.
Maybe
you'll like Seabiscuit. It's a fun movie.
I've also never seen the Mind That Bird movie. 50 to 1 is it called?
Oh yeah, it's a great
never
movie
seen
too.
that one either.
Yeah, I had to rent it on.
I have a hard time watching horse race movies. I don't know. Horse racing in general is kind of a tough sell for me.
It's a story of the little guy winning. That's what it is.
They're all little guys. He's a jockey. They're all little guys.
Seabiscuit's a horse. It's not Tobey Maguire. It's the horse that's the hero. Tobey Maguire is just the clown who's riding.
Do you think Tobey Maguire took the role as the jockey because he was jealous that he didn't ever get to play a hobbit?
Well, and the funny irony is Tobey Maguire's character is big for a jockey.
Right.
Like he's, you know.
You're an awful big fella.
So Tobey Maguire was kind of apropos because, I mean, he's not like jockey size. Mm-hmm. He's a little bit bigger than that. But yeah, he's kind of big for a jockey in the movie. But no, go watch Seabiscuit.
Yeah.
If you're boo-hooing at Stranger Things, you're going to be boo-hooing at Seabiscuit.
No, I know I am. I'm a dude. I know. I
You're
understand.
booing through a horror movie.
I'm a
You're gonna be
complex
booing.
nightmare of an emotional human being. I understand that. There's a reason I stay away from certain things. I don't know if I want that. Dude, I knew this at an early age too. When I was a kid, I watched the movie The Fox and the Hound. Have you ever seen it?
I have, but it's been an eternity.
Oh, sure, me too.
Yeah.
But it made me cry like a girl when I saw that movie as a kid because I was, the whole story. It was just like, oh. So I knew at an early age I was going to be a movie crier.
Yeah. And people make fun of me.
And that's
of this.
that does not a good date make.
People make fun of me for this one, but Rudy made me cry.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. But that's like the guy answer.
Right.
Every guy's like, what guy movie? Rudy.
Right.
But no, for me, legit,
you don't
was
ever
Rudy.
hear that guy answer, A Walk to Remember.
The first time I saw Rudy and they're carrying him off the field at the end of that movie, spoiler.
Come on! I was going to watch it this weekend.
If you ain't crying there, you have no soul.
Yeah. I remember a moment when I was in high school when I sat with my, at the time, best friend in a room, us by ourselves, two dudes, watching the movie A Walk to Remember with Mandy Moore and Shane West.
Don't tell anybody
No,
ever
I'm telling
again.
everyone this. And literally both of us bawling our eyes out. I'm putting him on the spot too, Eric Longo. I don't care anymore.
As soon as you told me this story.
Scorched earth, man.
As soon as you tell me this story, I went visually to Dumb and Dumber, where you both are sitting in terry cloth robes with a big thing of tissues, and you're wiping your eyes and you're watching like a Pacific Bell commercial.
All right, so we weren't in robes. Everything else is accurate.
And it's just that it's not even like dainty crying. It's the sloppy snot crying where you're just like
It wasn't quite snotty. I do remember that we were both teary-eyed.
Yeah.
Maybe this is me walking it back. But I just remember I looking over at him and he had tears and I had tears and there were tears, all right?
What year was this? Like early 2000s?
Call it like 01.
01. The year was 2001.
That was the year where everything changed, man. Nothing would be the same.
Wow.
Who knew going into 2001 that everything would change?
I so feel manly right now.
You're welcome. You know what? People keep me around for that very reason. It's fun over here when you have no shame. It's just nice. It's warm.
It's not like I'm not an open book. I've shared many of dumb things I do too, but yeah, I'm a hardened soul compared to you.
That was like 3 me's ago, bear in mind, okay?
I'm
grizzled enough to tell the story now, so things have changed a bit, okay?
I am not emotionally on your level. You're just way more advanced. I'm a caveman compared to you in that department. No, I'm saying that's a good thing.
I have my doctorate,
actually.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's really not. It ain't.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk to my therapist. It ain't.
No. I'm that people try to tell me emotional stories. I'm like, that stinks.
I had a thought the other day. I have now, and I don't know what this means. I have now had 2 therapists leave the
tooth therapist?
No, 2.
Oh,
2 therapists.
Okay.
Leave the state
because of you?
I don't know. But I've had 2 therapists jump state lines after therapizing me.
Like directly, right after the meeting, said I'll see you later, and then
here's how
ship.
You know how I found out the last one jumped the state lines? I got a call from the company saying, "Oh well, she can't have your session because she's not technically licensed to do therapy across state lines." I'm like, "Wait, she moved? I didn't hear anything about this." So yeah, that was the second one. That hurts, man.
Yeah.
Tell somebody. If you're a therapist, listen, if you're listening and you're a therapist and you're planning on moving, please tell your clientele.
Haven't y'all seen What About Bob?
Oh my God, I didn't think about What About Bob. Oh, I'm about to baby steps over to Minnesota, dude.
I mean, you gotta watch What About Bob, you know?
That's been a minute. Baby steps getting on the plane. I did that for a while too.
Yeah.
Just to say baby steps before everything.
You know what? Pound for pound, Richard Dreyfuss is an actor, one of the best actors that you love and hate at the same time.
He really did get everywhere. Like he covered all the bases. Him and Lithgow.
Yeah.
Like they sort of like, as far as like character actors go, they sort of scratched all the itches.
Yeah. Yeah. I just we were talking about that and I was like, dang, because that's another great movie.
Well, because
that he was
I started thinking about Beethoven.
Yeah.
He was the dad in Beethoven.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Holland's Opus.
Mr. Holland's Opus. But then I started thinking about, well, what about Harry and the Hendersons? That was John Lithgow.
Yeah.
It's just like they were like running a race towards for character actors.
Lithgow's in this new series called The Old Man on I think it's Paramount or TNT. Which one is it? FX? FX. It's
Okay.
FX. Yeah, The Old Man. It stars John Lithgow and who was it? What's his name? His name just went right out of my head. Yes, Jeff Bridges. Thank you.
Really?
His name went. I kept wanting to say Todd Bridges, and I'm like, it's not Todd Bridges.
You should just randomly say an actor's name every time you walk into a room. That was very commanding. You're like, Jeff Bridges.
I wanted to say Todd Bridges so bad, but Todd Bridges is not Jeff Bridges. Todd Bridges is Willis from.
Yes. That would have been a different movie entirely.
Which, by the way, by the way, that's a good show. Did y'all hear about this yesterday? I think I told you. So apparently yesterday during the day, a text went out or a Twitter post went out saying that actor Tony Dow had died at the age of 77.
Sad news.
If you're an adult, you know who Tony Dow is.
Beaver, right?
Yeah. No, it's Walt.
Walt from Leave It to Beaver.
Yeah, Leave It to Beaver. It was Wally, the older brother.
Right.
Eddie Haskell's the one who brought Eddie Haskell into the scenario.
The one who was being hard on the beaver.
No, Wally was his buddy. Yeah.
I just wanted to work that in.
Eddie, his friend, was the one always picking on Beaver. But anyway, yeah, so a thing came out saying he died yesterday. And, of course, it went national on the news sources. You start getting your Fox News alerts and everything saying Tony Dow passed away at age 77.
Right.
And then about 3 o'clock yesterday, I get a notice saying, turns out Tony Dow isn't dead. Someone erroneously put that on his Twitter account, and now he's very much alive. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, but his manager confirmed it.
Yeah.
So what?
First off, why does Tony Dow still have a manager? When's the last thing Tony Dow has done?
I can't help but imagine it's a guy who's even older than him named Mort.
But like,
sitting
really,
in an office like in downtown Hollywood.
Is that guy really getting a paycheck to manage the life of Tony Dow? I mean, how much work is Tony Dow doing?
But let me ask you, how many Comic-Cons and different conventions there are around the country?
Do you think they're still doing that?
Oh, of course.
Really?
Dude.
I think most people that care about that show aren't really with us anymore.
Bill Mooney. All's I'm going to say.
Yeah.
All right? If that dude can still get a paycheck for coming to Roswell to sign some stuff, guaranteed Tony Dow still has a manager.
But is there enough of that he warrants a manager?
Dude, somewhere in the country there's Beaver Fest. I don't know where. It's probably in the city that the show was based in.
Yeah.
But that town, that town or wherever it was filmed probably has Beaver Fest every year. Towns pick really stupid reasons to celebrate. The town I grew up in, Medill, we had a yearly festival in the town square called the Sand Bass Festival. The Sand Bass Festival. And it was a big deal. People came from all over the place to go to the Sand Bass Festival.
Is it like a fish?
It's a fish.
And are they indigenous to that
I don't know if
area?
it's indigenous, but we had a lot of them.
Okay.
In Lake Texoma. So we had the Sand Bass Festival. It was Texoma's biggest celebration of all things culture, and it all happened in the town square. We got big name artists. I think at one point we had Restless Heart, I think, came through. That was big at the time, dude. When she cries at night. Anyways,
we got big name artists coming through like Tony Dow.
That's the first place I ever rode the Gravitron. What I'm saying is every town has that festival.
Sure.
So for some reason they're like, we're going to roll out Tony Dow. You never know. We had that. Gladys is really into Leave It to Beaver, so she's going to come out.
I just didn't think there was demand anymore for Leave It to Beaver stuff.
Not in your realm.
Not in anybody's realm.
Somewhere there's a My Three Sons Fest. Let that sink in.
Big actors like Jeff Bridges' brother, Beau Bridges.
Beau Bridges.
Beau Bridges is an American treasure.
Lloyd Bridges is the GOAT.
Yeah. Yeah, Beau Bridges is an American treasure. Jeff Bridges is cool.
He's all
right. But no, that old man I've only seen like 2 episodes, but it's pretty good. They're about 8 into it now. They may be done almost up to the whole first season, but it's pretty good from what I saw.
I want to go listen to
Jeff Bridges is like some kind of old school spy guy, and he gets brought back into
is Lithgow the old man?
No.
Oh.
Bridges is the old man. Lithgow is the
other old man.
Well, he's an old man.
Okay.
But you get to figure out, is he on the old man's side or is he against the old man? Because basically he's part of the hunt to get the old man back.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So he could be the foil.
Could be. But those two have a history, and so they've been talking, so it's kind of, so you get to determine whether,
Old man.
you know.
So where's
I'm
this?
not going to spoil it.
FX.
FX has it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on FX.
I thought it was AMC or
It's
something.
FX.
Y'all were talking about Richard Dreyfuss before. Have y'all seen What About Bob?
We were talking about What About Bob?
We just talked about What About
okay.
Bob.
You're the producer of this show.
He missed that one. He was,
Yeah, we were literally talking about What About Bob at the beginning of this segment.
Oh, okay.
That I had 2 therapists literally cross state lines and leave just to get rid of me. That's depressing. You brought it back up. I forgot. Like I'd forgotten in blissful glee of learning about this new show, and he brings it back before me.
To this day, I still do this. Anytime I eat, like, fried chicken, and I'm talking not boneless chicken, just like fried chicken, drumsticks, legs, breast, the whole thing. Anytime I dig into one and it's extra crispy or whatever, I start biting into it and I do the old like it Bob when they were eating fried chicken. He's If I don't do it out loud, I do it in my head.
In your head, yeah. Of course.
But I do it every time. And it's because of What About
It's
Bob.
funny that you mentioned that because it reminded me of something my dad used to do. He was super into the show Everybody Loves Raymond.
Oh, yeah. I've been watching a lot of that lately.
He loved that show. And when he would eat, he would always tap it to his chin before he would take a bite.
Like Ray's brother.
Like Ray's brother, yeah. Yeah, and it always made me laugh, too. I was like, it's just because I'm a man who appreciates someone who commits to a bit. And the fact that my father, who never committed to any bits whatsoever besides marriage, he committed to the tapping his chin thing. It's like, I admire that.
He did that for like a long time?
What do you know? Yeah, for a good solid 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And his other thing, he always loved, he would keep it on because he wanted to know what the plate was at the end. Because the production company would put a different plate of food. I think it was called What's for Lunch or something like that.
Yeah, it was Worldwide Pants.
Worldwide Pants. But
because it was a Letterman company. Yeah.
But every at the end of it, like the production, the credit scene would be like a meal.
Yeah.
And just slide in. And he would always want to know what the meal was. So that was like his thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Chuck Lorre always puts his little soliloquies at the end of all his shows.
Do you take the time to pause and read
I
those?
have read one or two of them, but not all of them.
They're
There's too many
deep,
of them.
man.
Well,
some of them.
Some are angry.
Sure.
Some are he's sometimes he gets political in them. I've seen ones where he gets mad. He was like mad at Trump for something or something like that. And then others, I think he's just salty at people that tick him off. Sometimes I think it's really his therapy. Is that stupid little end game credit
totally.
thing?
And it was the guest.
Oh, it's not our guest.
I guess not. Still on the phone.
All right. Well, let's do this. It's 8:24. Let's do this. Let's do weather and then take a quick commercial break. I might replay an interview if I got some time here, but I have not seen our Big Brothers Big Sisters folks yet. So we'll be back after a quick commercial break.
We have dry air in place over eastern New Mexico for now, but we may start getting some of that monsoon air coming in tonight and tomorrow. Sunny and hot today. Our afternoon highs around the 100-degree mark, and isolated late-day shower possible. Might get a shower or thunderstorm this evening, and then just partly cloudy overnight, low 70s, and then sunny and hot again on Thursday. We're looking at upper 90s, but we do have a little bit better chance of an afternoon storm. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Submerge yourself in the ultimate Wild West weekend. Relive the story of Billy the Kid, where it happened on the most dangerous street in America. Living history, children's activities, plus revealing lectures and tours. Explore the historic site and see the last escape of Billy the Kid pageant. 3 performances with special guest Michael Martin Murphy Friday evening. August 5th, 6th, and 7th. Lincoln, New Mexico. As close to the real Old West as you'll ever get.
Attention Roswell and surrounding areas. Roswell Nissan announces a special vehicle liquidation event. Newly arriving inventory and an overstock on pre-owned vehicles means Roswell Nissan's got to make room. With huge savings on Frontier, Yukon, Ram, and more. Even some 2021s and 22s. And rock bottom back-to-school savings on Lexus, Chevy, Jeep, and even an Audi A5. If you've been putting it off, now's the time to trade up and save. The vehicle liquidation event on now at Roswell Nissan, 2111 7 West 2nd.
Sure, you can inspect your own roof, get out that rickety ladder, crawl around up there and try to spot the problem until... Or you can call the experts at Do Right Roofing. Do Right Roofing has quality products for any type of roof. They can even install seamless gutters. Do Right Roofing will inspect your roof and give you a free estimate fast. Keep your feet on the ground. Call Do Right Roofing today.
575-623-2273. Let Do Right do your roof right.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
When you think of home health care here in Roswell, what's the first thing that pops into your head? That's right, Frontier Medical. We've been doing it better than anyone else for over 20 years, from in-home nursing to physical therapy and so much more. Doctors and hospitals from Albuquerque to Lubbock and everywhere in between have been trusting their patients to us here at Frontier Medical. So when it's time to make a choice, remember Frontier Medical. 575-627-1112. Frontier Medical. Name to remember.
In times of uncertainty, one thing seems to be constant. Crime tends to rise. Zenith Security Services, a locally owned company that's invested in our community, reminds you that for less than 5 quarters a day, you can be proactive in protecting your home, family, and assets with a monitored alarm from a top UL-rated company. The hardest calls we receive at Zenith Security are those needing our services after the fact. Call Zenith Security Services at 575-626-3521 to schedule your free security assessment today.
How do you make the most of your land? Shaw does it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1025R compact tractor, as he does everything to make
my yard look as beautiful as I possibly can.
But the Hubbards use their 1025R because
we really are trying to create this homestead.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a Deere.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com. Fall classes at ENMU Roswell start August 15th. Register now on campus or online. Whether you're a new student, returning student, or want to learn new skills or a trade, we have the programs and financial aid to support you every step of the way. Take classes during the day, evening, or online. Talk with an advisor today. Call 575-624-7294 or log on to roswell.enmu.edu.
ENMU Roswell.
At Anderson Bethany Funeral Home and Crematorium, we honor and pay tribute to the achievements of your loved one by celebrating the life you shared together. Anderson Bethany Funeral Home and Crematorium is compassionate and cares about our local community and the families we serve here in southeastern New Mexico. Locally owned and operated, we will be here to help you decide how to celebrate the bond you've shared and pay tribute to the unique individual you've lost. Visit us at 2609 South Main in Roswell or call 622-5888.
Well, the biting bugs and the ferocious flyers are out in force. And if you don't take care of them now, you'll be swatting and scratching all summer. Makes me itchy just thinking about it. Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. Whether it's keeping the fleas and ticks off your animals or keeping the flies and mosquitoes away from your barbecue, you gotta use the right stuff. And you gotta do it at the right time. So come see us now at Roswell Seed Company and don't let the bugs tick you off. Get it? Tick off.
Happiness isn't about getting what you want all the time. It's about loving what you have and being grateful for it. Hi, this is Pastor Troy and Julie Smitherman for The Joy of Marriage.
As people, we can get so focused on what we don't have, we don't appreciate what we do have. We can make ourselves miserable, angry, and even depressed by focusing our thoughts and words on the negative. Take a look around and find something to be grateful for that your spouse does. It will change your attitude in your marriage.
1 Thessalonians 5:18 says, "No matter what happens, always be thankful, for this is God's will for you who belong to Christ Jesus."
Take it from me, I was such a negative person, but by renewing my mind with God's Word and learning to be thankful, it changed my life and greatly impacted my marriage.
If you have any questions or would like further information about the Joy of Marriage Ministry, please go to jomconference.com.
Hey New Mexico, experiencing issues keeping your office technology up to date with these crazy supply chain issues? Well, DSI is here to help. We've diversified our products and solutions to help your business not just survive, but thrive in any situation. Have your teams collaborate and share with high-def video walls and interactive smart panels. With free unlimited support, the fear of any new technology is a thing of the past. Contact DSI today to upgrade your workspace. www.dsinm.com.
Yup, it's back to school season, and Roswell Honda wants to get you geared up with the 5th annual Back to School Blowout. Stop by Roswell Honda now through July 29th and register your kids to get a backpack chock full of supplies absolutely free. Then on July 30th, join Roswell Honda for the Back to School Bash with lots of free food and fun stuff for the whole family. And that's not all. While you're there, register to win a brand new desk, office chair, and HP laptop. Register now for the Back to School Blowout, July 30th, 10 to 1 at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
The inventor of Pringles is buried in a Pringles can. I wonder if they got their hands stuck putting him in there. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 8:32. It looks like we're not going to have our guest join us here today. We had the boys and Big Brothers Big Sisters scheduled to join us, but it looks like they're not going to make it today. So I'm going to play for you an interview we had on Monday with Larry Martin from the Roswell Literacy Council and Stuart Dietz with the American Red Cross. You're thinking, that's an interesting combo. They share a building now, so they're working together on some stuff. But we had a great little conversation talking about Literacy Council and Red Cross. So I'm going to play that interview for you right now. Enjoy. And it's about 20, 23 minutes here. So pretty short one, but a lot of good information there. So here is Larry Martin and Stuart Dietz. Enjoy. And good morning. It is 9:32, and joining us in studio this morning from the Roswell Literacy Council, Larry Martin back with us. And also joining us here in studio, Stuart Dietz with American Red Cross here, I guess the local chapter. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
Good. How you gentlemen doing today?
Great.
Good.
Doing good.
Well, you're thinking Literacy, Red Cross. You know, I could see a connection, but generally two different organizations got two different agendas here, and but really it just so happens you guys are now sharing a space,
right?
The Literacy Council and the Red Cross are calling the same building home here, so let's partner up and let's see if we can help each other out on some of this stuff. So I like it.
Yes, sir. That's what we're all about.
So I gotta tell you, we talk with Larry a lot here. We're pretty familiar with the Literacy Council, but talk about like your role with the Red Cross here locally and what's some of the stuff they have you doing.
Okay, well, I'm the new disaster program specialist here in our territory. I cover all of southeastern New Mexico. And Red Cross, we're here to assist people during disasters, home fires, floods, so forth like that. We are a volunteer-based organization, as most everybody knows, so we're always looking for volunteers. We're glad to be back in the Roswell area. We were here at one point before, and then we wound up leaving, but now we're back. We're trying to reestablish, and we're looking forward to working with community.
Good deal. Well, it's glad to see you're back in the area, and obviously, Southeast New Mexico has its fair share of incidences.
Yes, sir.
A lot of it weather-related, whether it's fires or flooding or runs the gamut here.
Yes, sir.
It's great to know that we have a local chapter that can mobilize if needed to answer the call for, not a question of when, but, or if, but when that next fire happens or when we get 5 inches of rain in an hour or what happens
True.
to time.
And we're not only on a large scale base with it, we also do individual home fires and incidents and so forth.
So not even the mass community need when it's just a one house, one family.
Yes, sir.
You guys
sir.
roll into to take care of needs and help out wherever you can.
Oh yeah, we definitely do a lot of that. Home fires, apartment fires, anything like that where anybody's displaced during the incident. That's what we're here for.
So like for right now, money's always a thing. You can always donate to Red Cross and it helps out. But locally here, is manpower just as needed for volunteers and things? Or?
Yes, we're definitely in need of volunteers. At this time, I only have one local volunteer here in Roswell area, so we're looking to gather as many as we can.
Okay.
We've always got something to do. There's some short trainings that they have to complete. We work with them on that, get them set up and ready to go. We're looking for responders because, as you know, when it comes to disaster, it's a 24/7 operation.
Sure. Yeah.
So
it's everything from treating medically into things to manual labor of clearing out debris and somewhere in between there. It runs the gamut from whatever's needed depending on whatever disaster is happening at that particular moment. So need some people that are just good at and want to have the time and are able to do that kind of labor and things from time to time when needed.
Oh, yes.
We'd love to have a list of people that are kind of on alert or on call, ready to help out when those needs arise.
Right, and we're going to wind up doing an open house on August the 10th.
Okay.
From 10 to 2. They're at the Literacy Council.
Okay.
So we'd like anybody and everybody that's interested in getting to know us as the organization here, if they're interested in volunteering, whatever, come on down. Meet us, and we'll kind of go over things with you, and we'll help get you started.
Nice. Well, I imagine since you guys are going to be there, I imagine it's an open house just for the Literacy Council, too, as much as it is for the Red Cross.
Yes, sir. So. We want to help re-promote them just as well.
Yeah, because when we talked last month here with Larry, now that they've kind of emerged full out of the COVID pandemic and things now where they're pretty much back to business as usual over at the Literacy Council. And that means that they're ready to bring more people back and not only volunteers to help work with people that are trying to become literate or English as a second language or get their high school GED equivalent or whatever they're trying to do. But we need people to step forward and say, hey, I need to help with my literacy needs again. A lot of it was helped online and things like that, but you lost all the walking in on the door, just coming in saying, hey, I need help, that kind of stuff. So you guys are basically opening the doors back up saying, we're here. If you need our help, we're ready to help you. Come on through the doors and come. Let's get you into a better place here with your reading and with your life skills, really. So.
Right. And they've got an excellent program going down there. So
absolutely. So what's the update right now, Larry, as far as, the need for volunteers and stuff? How are we doing there?
We still will be tutoring, I believe, with the Youth Challenge this
Excellent.
fall.
Which they're kind of blossoming back open again as well out of COVID.
They're starting back up, so that's not firm yet.
They have a couple. It's a 2 steps forward, 1 step back situation, as many are in the COVID world right now. But they went from pretty much isolate, shut down to now back to doing what they normally do. So and of course you guys. The Literacy Council was involved in that before pandemic too, working with.
Yeah, we've been doing that for years.
With Job Corps and those folks and helping all those people. So it's great.
As I remember or mentioned before, we're still pushing the Knowledge Bowl in October.
Excellent. So that'll be looking for that in the fall here.
Yeah.
So if you have a team of people that are, well, let's face it, know-it-alls.
Or 1 out of 5 knows something.
Right, or you have a know-it-all in your categories. Like if you got a know-it-all sports person or a know-it-all pop culture person or a know-it-all TV and film person and a know-it-all, I don't know, maybe history or music person, you're pretty well-rounded there and between the 5 of you, you can...
That's right. The winning teams in the past have had basically 5 specialists in certain areas, like a youth, and an old guy, and a female or someone who's familiar with music.
Sure, everyone an expertise in their area of knowledge.
And if everyone knows the same thing, you're in trouble because you won't know all the other stuff.
Well, and then you also have the teamwork element because who's ringing in, who's gonna, who's in charge of all that. Is it the person that knows? If there's a designated ringer, there's a lapse in communication between the bell person and the talking person, which could cost you points. There's a whole strategy there. So, but if you love that kind of stuff, we'll tell you more as we get closer to October. But the Knowledge Bowl's coming back with the Literacy Council. Took a year or 2 off here because of COVID, but we'll be back here this fall. So, and we'll talk more about it and get people signed up. Yeah. But it is a lot of fun, and it's probably your biggest fundraising event for the Literacy Council, isn't it?
Yes, mostly our funds are paid through grants.
Yeah.
But with United Way is our big client.
Well, and this money's free to do what you want with it. Unlike the grant money or United Way money, that's a lot of times those come earmarked specific for a certain thing, and you can't use it for other things. But you still got a light bill to pay. You still got paper cups you need and napkins. You need to, and so. This kind of money, which doesn't have an earmark for anything other than the needs of the Literacy Council, that it can be used wherever it's needed, kind of thing. So, which is a good thing.
Well, we had basically 2 or 3 rooms we weren't using, so that's why we recruited the Red Cross.
Good deal.
they pay us a stipend, and they have a nice central location.
Excellent.
To work out of.
Good deal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're very happy with it too.
So I'm kind of curious, and this is just gee whiz. I want to know when the Red Cross isn't doing what we all know it to do. What's the day-to-day like? I'm kind of curious. I mean, is it literally sitting around waiting for a disaster, or is it all preparing and training for the next thing?
It's mostly preparing and training. Honestly, we really don't have a whole lot of downtown. Of course, we do have some, but until we get our volunteer base built up, we're always on the go with it. And we're not only looking here in Roswell, we're looking out through the whole entire New Mexico in general.
Sure.
So there's volunteers needed throughout every county in New Mexico.
And I imagine for some cases, they're probably going to end up being the coordinator for that area if something does go down in that region.
Yes, sir. Yeah. That's how it's kind of broken down right now. There's 4 of us in the state. We have a Donna Richmond that's over southern New Mexico. We have a Dwayne Merritt that's over northeastern New Mexico. And then we have Mark Gordon, which is over northwestern New Mexico. And then myself, I'm over the southeastern New Mexico.
Okay.
So anybody that wants to volunteer, we welcome you aboard. Please reach out to the Red Cross, and they can put you in contact with one of us. We'll gladly take anybody and everybody we can get, train you up. We've always got something to do. Even if it's not responding to a disaster, there's things we can do.
There's so many moving parts, and every single one of them is needed, and that's why volunteering. And that's the other thing too. Anybody can volunteer, even if you're not, the physically stout, strong one that can go cutting down trees and what have you in the field. We still need those people to make phone calls, organize, events, to get to the logistics side, making sure water gets from point A to point B, or whatever is needed gets from point. That a lot of that's just logistics and calling and overseeing it. So
yes, sir. There's a need in every aspect you can imagine.
Yeah. So even if you're like, well, I can't be up in the woods, putting out fires or trying to do the physical side,
right.
No problem. We can use people to help making, even if it's the person that's calling to check in on everybody and being that liaison there or something like that. There's so many different facets that help the organization do what it does.
Oh, yes,
that
sir.
Everybody's vital and needed there. So just because you aren't physically able to do some of that stuff doesn't mean you're not desperately needed and useful to the cause here. So just want to put that out there just to let folks know.
Thank you.
And the same is true with the Literacy Council. You don't need to be a Rhodes Scholar to volunteer to be at the Literacy Council. If you can read proficiently, they'll train you the rest. They'll get the materials, all of that stuff. Your staff works with all of those folks to kind of help them, because let's face it, we all don't have teaching degrees and, come out walking in and educating and all this stuff. Just because we can do it doesn't mean we can teach it all the time. And so that's where if you have the desire to do it, let Larry and his staff help you get the skill set needed to be able to work with the adults, children, everybody that comes through the doors of the Literacy Council. So,
right.
Good deal. But we do want to mark as far as events. Open house August 10th at the Literacy Council / Red Cross here in Roswell.
That's on West 10th Street.
Yes.
Just
609 West 10th.
Just off Missouri.
That's I know where it's at. I never remember addresses.
We have a big sign out there. You get close, you'll see it.
Yeah, and so come on in, and if you need help, you want to learn to read, or you're looking to get your high school equivalency, or English as a second language, or citizenship, or any of these things, the Literacy Council helps there. And of course, I don't think you get a lot of people walking in saying, hey, I need help from the Red Cross. Generally, it's, called through emergency channels and things.
Correct.
But if you want to learn more about becoming a volunteer or donations or how to set up that kind of thing, or maybe you're an organization, a community service organization that would like to partner with the Red Cross on helping out at events and things.
Well, we're always looking for that, too, because one of our goals here in Roswell is to and the surrounding areas is to make them as safe as possible. We want to start doing some smoke alarm events where we'll go out and install smoke alarms throughout the community and so forth like that. So that's another reason we need a good volunteer base so we can set that up.
Yeah. That way, when those unpredictable events happen, the Red Cross can focus on getting you new clothes and stuff and not looking for family members because there wasn't smoke detectors and alerting people of a fire.
Yes, sir.
And unfortunately, we lose so many people by little things like that.
That
like
we do.
Someone forgot to change batteries in a smoke detector, or there wasn't one installed, or someone didn't, check the radon thing here. I mean, unfortunately, that's an everyday occurrence in this country. Somebody loses a life to stuff like this. So yes, it's important to do these kind of things. So.
It's real easy to forget a smoke detector.
It is, especially this day and age where a lot of them are wired to the house now. You know what I mean? Where they're on 24/7 because they're wired to the house, but they have a battery backup, so you don't think of it until it starts chirping at you. That is not the time to change the battery. It's before it's chirping, by the way. Yeah. I think the message they always tell us is when the clocks change, you change your batteries. That's kind of a good rule of thumb. I don't know if that's still the case.
Yeah, but it's a couple of bucks. It's hardly worth my effort to, we used to rent houses. My dad rented houses.
Okay.
And invariably we'd go in the house and checking things, and things be chirping. And what? Come on. afford $3 for a battery.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, and the ones on the system, they all chirp, even the ones that are good. So you almost have to change them all because you're like, I changed it. And then you hear a chirp. Oh, it's the one in there now. And it's a whole charade. But
true.
But either way, please do it because, when those events do happen in life, we can always replace the property. We can always replace the goods. We can't replace the people. And that smoke detector preserves people. So be on top of that.
Correct.
But definitely if you want to help and volunteer and even organize in some of these events and things that the Red Cross is looking to set up here in our region here pretty soon, like I said, the sky's the limit on that kind of stuff, fire seatbelt checks or the kid seats, a lot of those kind of events that'll probably be on the horizon here. Yes, sir. So definitely.
We plan on making numerous events throughout.
Yeah. And then when the need arises, it seems like every couple of years we've got one of those events here in southeast New Mexico where you have to rally the troops and head to the hills for a fire or, a flooding here in Roswell or something like that. It seems like every couple of years we get one of these. So.
Right. Well, we don't want to wish it on nobody by no means, but, if anybody ever runs across any type of incident, whether it's personal home fire or, of course, wildfire, so forth like that, all they've got to do is call in to our dispatch number, which is 1-800-842-7349.
Okay.
They report the disaster, and then we respond based on that.
Gotcha.
And anybody that would like to volunteer, please come down to the Literacy Council, see us, catch me one-on-one down there.
Yeah.
We'll get you set up, or you can also reach out to me at 1-575-420-0001.
Excellent.
And I want to know how he got that number. I called it.
He was first in line, apparently.
Luck of the draw, I guess.
Sound like he camped out early for that number. He was there at a rock concert in a tent waiting for that number. But and of course, if you want to learn more about the Literacy Council, whether you need the services, if your reading skills are behind and you're finding it's hampering the world you live in right now, or if you want to. You for whatever reason life threw at you didn't get a chance to complete that high school diploma, or if you're learning to English as a second language or any of these kind of things, please reach out to the Literacy Council. There are people to help. And then likewise, if you love helping others do these kind of things, the Literacy Council will love to have you, because the more people that do that, the less work everybody. Because right now, the volunteers probably have to work a little bit longer hours to cover all the bases there. But you get enough volunteers, and next thing everyone works a couple hours a week, and it's, they do their little couple hours, and someone else takes over. And I'm sure Larry would love to be at that point where there's so many people that you got to make a full, tight schedule just to get everybody.
Also, we would like to make sure that people who need the help, reading or whatever,
there's someone there to help them.
We can help.
Yeah,
so come on down.
Absolutely.
What I found is that Roswell is an excellent town for volunteers. We have like 6 or 7 service clubs who would support the Red Cross, I'm sure, once he gets going.
Good deal.
And I'm with RSVP, which is really a senior organization.
I was about to turn that real quick there after this to give us an update on the RSVP stuff.
And all these organizations, I know these service clubs are always looking for new members. So, if you're sitting around your house, picking your nose, trying to figure out what you're going to do, volunteer with one of these. Go down to one of the meetings. They're in the paper.
Absolutely.
Talk to the Chamber of Commerce. I'll tell you.
I always tell people, I was like, I don't care what your passion is, but find that passion and support it. Whether it's kids and sports, great. Go be a coach. Go do that. Whether it's literacy stuff, go help the Literacy Council or volunteer at the library, do various things. Or maybe homeless is your passion. Go help the Homeless Coalition and Harvest Ministries and things like that. Or maybe it's emergency preparedness stuff. Help the Red Cross or the Roswell Chaves County Communities of Disaster Relief. There's organizations in this community that do great things. Just pick your passion and do that. You don't have to do them all. Just find your one. Maybe you're a history buff. Go volunteer at the Historical Society, or maybe you want to see business growth and things like that happen. Go volunteer at the Chamber. They would love to have volunteers help out there. But find that passion, and if your passion's helping people or literacy, then we got two right here that could use your signups and your attention.
And volunteers is what counts in everything. Volunteers is what strengthens our communities.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you're waiting on the government to tell you what to do, you're going to be waiting a while. Just roll up your sleeves and do your thing. But that's another conversation for another day.
We'll wait on that
one. Let's give out the phone numbers one more time. Stuart, anything related to Red Cross here, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Okay. Anything disaster related, call 1-800-842-7349. Anything locally and volunteer base and just wanting to get to know us, 575-420-0001, or come on down to the Literacy Council and have a cup of coffee.
Yeah, come down and have a chat and talk, and we'll see what comes up next. See what kind of trouble we get into here. So, and then, of course, for the Literacy Council, if anybody has any questions, want more information, what's the best number to call there?
Okay, 575-840-4628.
Very good. Call that number, and like I said, or Stuart mentioned, just come by the office there.
We're not open every day, all day.
Gotcha.
But, pretty much all week from noon to 4 or 5.
And it probably works out, because now with two of you guys in the building, when one's not there, maybe the other one is, and they can get messages back and forth.
Yes, sir. We
like
try
that.
to be there a couple days a week. We're in and out. But if we're not there, you can always just reach out to me, and I'll make it a point to meet you there.
We'll
schedule something.
Come hell or high water, we'll get that conversation happening.
Yes, sir.
Here. So, and real quick, while we got you, any updates from RSVP or just anything we want to get on people's radar about that?
I didn't get hold of Sean, but he's always willing and ready to talk to people.
Okay, and a great organization if you want to get.
Basically retired volunteers, but I'm sure if you're young, he'll talk to you.
If you're wanting to help, I'm sure they'll be, they could probably use a few young backs to move stuff around out there. So, very good. Is there anything we missed? Anything we wanted to get that we just didn't get a chance to talk about?
I'd like to expound a little on the Knowledge Bowl. Excuse me.
That's catchy.
In October, right now it's the 17th.
Okay.
The Cowboys are playing at night.
Oh, it's a night game, so you won't cut into the Cowboys.
No, and it's a Sunday afternoon. It's a fun event, and it's a fundraiser for the Literacy Council. $100 a team, 5 people, or 4 if you're smart and you think you want to do it by yourself. You're welcome. But essentially, it's 5 guys, ladies, kids, adults, whatever.
5 brains.
Yeah. And
sharing one space.
That's right. No, bodies are not required. Bring 5 brains. And it's fun. It's at the Joy Center. We've got plenty of tables. We'd like to pack it, and we'd like to ask all the high schools to send a team. We're daring them to.
Oh, yeah?
Last year, the Youth Challenge had a high school team, and they won.
I've had so many teenagers tell me they know everything. Well, all right. Let's put money let's put where the rubber meets the road, and let's see what happens.
I talked to all the big churches last year, hoping one of their Sunday schools, but none of them responded. So I was kind of disappointed.
Well,
but I would like to promote it enough this year that the city thinks it's an event, not just some guy over
Game on. Teachers, club, high school club organizers and stuff, start getting your teams together. These kids will be back to school in a couple weeks. First thing, not welcome back to school. Say, hey, how smart are you? Let's sign up for the Knowledge Bowl. But definitely get involved with it. And start getting your I know my American Legion Post, they always, we put a team together and do it and stuff. So
the Eagles,
have a lot of
Lions,
fun.
Toma, are almost always.
Yeah, and usually good snack foods and everything. It's just a good time. It's a little fun. It's like going over someone's house for game night, but it's a little bit bigger.
Sounds very interesting.
But October the 17th, Sunday afternoon.
Roughly 2 to 4.
More details to come as we get closer to the event here. So, very good. Well, thank you guys. Stay safe, stay cool, stay dry or wet, depending on what you're trying to get to at this point.
Yes, sir.
And we'll see you next time or next month.
We appreciate the time.
Anytime, and we'll see you here next month. All right.
Okay, you bet.
All right. It is 9:56.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Our Cookie Two-Step Ice Cream is a creamy vanilla ice cream with hints of brown sugar, chunks of chocolate cream-filled cookies, and tasty chocolate chip cookie dough pieces. Cookie Two-Step has everybody's taste buds two-stepping, and 1 and 2.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at Walmart Supercenters.
Summer is here, and it's the perfect time for you to get those wisdom teeth taken care of. Hi, I'm Dr. Sarah Usher with Carabelli Dental. Our experienced dental team is here to provide you the best comfort with sedation dentistry. Wisdom teeth removal can be very intimidating, but not when you're in our office with the experts on your side. We know you want to get to that summer fun, but first, let us get you in tip-top shape. Call us, and our team will help you set up your appointment for wisdom teeth removal.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental in Roswell or call 622-4455.
Pressure Services LLC in Artesia has immediate openings for experienced vacuum truck, kill truck, and hydrovac operators. Operators must hold a Class A CDL or Class D CDL, at least 2 years of experience, and be at least 25 years of age. All positions require a clean driving record and must be able to pass a DOT drug and alcohol screen. Pressure Services offers great pay with IRA benefits and employer contributions toward health benefits. Please apply in person at 402 West Main in Artesia, inside the Age Safety Facility. Equal Opportunity Employer. Your health is important. At Kelly Nutrition inside Roswell Medical Clinic, our goal is to help you lead a healthier lifestyle. We carry a complete line of vitamins and supplements, including products from Now and Protocol. We also have a huge assortment of essential oils, healthy teas, and nutritional supplements. And if you're on the keto diet, we have everything you need to make your diet a success. Kelly Nutrition inside Roswell Medical Clinic at 111 West Hobbs in Roswell. Stop by or call today, 575-623-3311, and start your journey to a healthier you. Kelly Nutrition and Roswell Medical Clinic. Don't wait for an illness to start valuing your wellness.
It's Eddy County Fair time. And once again, KSVPTV.com is your home for all things Eddy County Fair. Tune in to the KSVP Morning Show, live from the fair, Wednesday through Friday. And KSVPTV.com will have many of this year's livestock shows and events live and on demand. So join us at the fair and tell your out-of-town friends and family to log in to KSVPTV.com. Coverage of the 2022 Eddy County Fair is brought to you in part by Amigo Machinery, your local Kubota dealer, 2801 Southeast Main in Roswell.
Roswell's home for talk radio is 106.5 FM, KEND Roswell.
And we're closing in on 9 o'clock. Town Hall News coming up next. We'll be back on the other side of news. We'll have folks from American Legion Post 61 join us about 9:15 or so. We'll be back. Don't go away.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. After 5 days in COVID isolation, looks like President Biden is good to go. The White House says he has now tested negative for COVID-19. Former President Trump reportedly a target of the Biden Justice Department criminal investigation of alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 election. The Washington Post reports that prosecutors have questioned witnesses about conversations with Mr. Trump and members of his inner circle. The Federal Reserve today expected to announce a significant 0.75 of a point hike in its key interest rate in a bid to beat back inflation. It's now running at a 40-year high. Still no word on whether House Speaker Nancy Pelosi will visit Taiwan, but the Pentagon taking no chances, drawing up plans just in case she does make the trip.
Officials tell the Associated Press that if Nancy Pelosi flies to Taiwan, the military would likely provide overlapping rings of protection with fighter jets, ships, surveillance, and other military systems in the air and on the ground.
That's correspondent Donna Warder. China cautions Pelosi not to visit the island, warning of a severe response if she does. It is flooding, the likes of which St. Louis and vicinity hasn't seen in a very long time, if ever. Rainfall of historic proportions early yesterday.
Upwards of 10, 11, 12 inches fell within just a short period of time, generally 6 to 8 hours. And that type of rain over an urban metro area is never good. And so, unfortunately, there were some catastrophic flash flooding.
Zach Taylor at the National Weather Service, along with widespread property damage, at least one death is blamed on the severe weather. Stocks higher on Wall Street this hour. The Dow's up 148 points. The Nasdaq Composite Index ahead 280 points, and the S&P is better by 53. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Charlie Dombeck here from Key City Capital. As a practicing CPA for nearly 30 years, I have found that 80% of your ability to grow your wealth is dependent upon two factors: taxes and investment performance. At Key City Capital, we improve investment performance by diversifying capital into off-market investment opportunities in passive rental real estate and alternatives like asset-backed lending. We recover dollars that clients unnecessarily pay in the form of income taxes, creating a lifetime annuity of savings. We are a sponsor of passive, affordable single and multifamily residential rental investments, which are located in Sunbelt landlord-friendly states. These investments are the top choices in a rising interest rate and inflationary environment. They represent a store of value, protecting your capital from market volatility. Learn how we at Key City Capital can help you ultimately grow your wealth rapidly. Connect with me at keycitycapital.com or give me a call at 817-912-1569.
Dangers such as mined waters are slowing attempts to ship grain from Ukraine to a hungry world.
Shipping companies are not rushing to export millions of tons of trapped grain out of Ukraine, despite a breakthrough deal to provide safe corridors through the Black Sea. That's because explosive mines are still drifting in the waters. Ship owners are assessing the risks, and many still have questions over how the deal will unfold. The goal is, within 3 months, to get some 20 million tons of grain out of 3 Ukrainian seaports blocked by Russia's February 24 invasion. That provides time for about 4 to 5 large bulk carriers per day to transport grain to millions of impoverished people worldwide who are facing hunger. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
More than 1,000 Lufthansa flights canceled today, a strike by the airline's German ground staff. Townhall.com. Pursuing a climate change agenda, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau reportedly looking to limit the use of fertilizer.
The same plan led to a revolt of Dutch farmers and the overthrow of the Sri Lankan president after the farming industry was destroyed. According to the Toronto Sun, the Trudeau government is demanding a massive reduction in emissions, which farmers say will result in less food being produced at a time when the world needs it most. Trudeau says farmers need to devise new ways to grow sustainable food, even though the fertilizer reduction will reduce the amount of food produced, increase the price of food available, and possibly run farmers out of business. Brian Lilly, the Toronto Sun's political columnist, called the Trudeau plan mind-boggling. Tasha Stevens reporting.
Wall Street's higher ahead of the Fed action on interest rates later today. Right now, the Dow up 185 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel and what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcast
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Crazy Viernes.
Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Wednesday.
Yeah.
Hope you're having a good day.
Welcome to it.
Yeah.
Halfway day, hump day,
yeah,
whatever day.
Yeah. I feel like it's Thursday already, and I know it's not, but in my head, I'm thinking Thursday for a lot.
Yeah, Thursday mode.
I am. I don't know why.
Those two tend to blend together to me.
Yeah.
It's just the middle.
Yeah.
Like Monday is significant because it's the first day of the week. We're usually pretty slammed. Tuesday is significant because, it's constant. Today is different for me, though, because, it's a travel day.
That's right. You're going to the Eddy County Fair later today.
I gotta go shoot Sean shorts.
When y'all...
Pretty much right after the show.
Oh, okay.
I gotta actually this hour go clean out my front seat of my car because Roy's riding with me.
Ah.
Yeah.
It's quite a...
I don't usually have passengers, so I keep, all my stuff. Because I with what I do outside of the bounds of this place, I usually keep my back seat and hatchback completely clear of open space.
He's a sex trafficker.
Yeah, it is.
Just kidding.
Yeah. So, as a result, my front seat is chock full of literally library books, plush toys, a couple of towels from our last trip to the splash pad, and my son's car seat flipped upside down.
Is that like a sign of distress? Or
well,
what?
I had to move the seats to make room for in the back seat. So I moved it to the front, but I also don't want passing authorities to think that I have my son's car seat in the front seat and thusly pull me over for improper car seat placement. So I turned it upside down. See, there's a thought process to all this.
Can you get pulled over for improper?
You can get pulled over for anything.
If the kid's not in the seat?
Yeah, if a cop sees a car seat in your front seat, they're thinking, well, that guy, when he doesn't have his son, or when he has a son, is riding with him in the front seat.
Well, if it's not strapped in, it's just sitting there
Doesn't
because
matter.
the back's full.
Probable cause, dude. Probable cause.
I feel like that's a reach.
So I turn it upside down. Yeah, maybe. And maybe I'm just overthinking things.
Yeah.
It is me. So I turn it upside down, and it's just kind of sitting in the front seat.
I mean, one thing is a kid in the car,
right?
And you're driving around, and he's
Now,
up there diddy-bopping around. But if it's an empty seat just sitting there, and...
See, the overthinker in me now is thinking if a cop drives by me and sees a car seat flipped upside down in the front seat, they're going to think there's a kid in that seat, and they're for sure going to pull me over. See, this is just me processing things.
It's like, this is a science thing.
This is why I need a therapist. Otherwise, I'm just going to talk things out.
Well, all I know, it's going to be quite the Thelma and Louise trip. Roy and Sean heading to Artesia.
Just linking hands and driving off into the sunset. It's a tiny car, dude. There's one armrest, and it's on my side.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Well, it's your car, your armrest.
Well,
that's the rule.
Yeah.
You drive and you control the armrest.
Oh, and the other thing is, Roy, I don't have an air conditioner. You should know that.
He's got a window.
Moving forward. Yeah, we have four, I guess in this case 470. Not right now.
It's
out. It's currently it's out of service.
So,
yeah.
You should get that service.
I should. I would love to. As soon as I find the funds to do so, I will do so.
I'm telling you, just take your window unit from the house and stick it in there.
That's pretty ghetto.
How cool would that be?
That would be very cool.
Yeah.
Although, it's the one I have. I'm not going to, then I come home and I live in a tin can.
Just take it with you everywhere you go. I think that would be funny. I brought my own.
I click it on. I just figured out recently, though, my house, I live in a tin can, and that it traps heat in, doesn't let it back out. I felt my floor the other day. It was warm to the touch. Most people love heated floors. I can take or leave them.
Do, but not in July.
Yeah. Turns out you don't need them in the middle of the dog days. Oh, by the way, you know why they call them the dog days of summer?
Go ahead.
Because of Sirius. Not the radios, not the satellite radio company, the Dog Star.
Oh.
The actual star in the sky, Sirius. It's in, what do you call it? Like.
So in the days of that star appearing, what's the dog
we're
days
in
of
that
summer.
house right now,
Oh.
so that star is like the most prominent, so they call it the dog days of summer. And now you know.
And no one's half the battle.
It's great to learn, because knowledge is power. That was mine. I lived Schoolhouse Rocky. I lived at Conjunction Junction.
What's your function? It is 10 minutes after 9 o'clock. We're going to have the folks from American Legion Post 61 join us here in just a few. Before we do any of that, though, let's take a look at your weather, which is pretty much the same as it's been. Hot, chances of rain.
We have dry air in place over eastern New Mexico for now, but we may start getting some of that monsoon air coming in tonight and tomorrow. Sunny and hot today. Our afternoon highs around the 100-degree mark. An isolated late-day shower possible. Might get a shower or thunderstorm this evening, and then just partly cloudy overnight. Low 70s, and then sunny and hot again on Thursday. We're looking at upper 90s, but we do have a little bit better chance of an afternoon storm.
Guess that's all he had to say about that. Cut it off. Cut him off a little short there. I got you. Don't worry about it, Steve. Currently 84 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 43%. Winds currently out of the northeast at 5 miles per hour. Monsoon season continues. Pretty much the same every day. 20% chance of showers this afternoon. Mostly sunny. Hot, highs right around 100. North winds 5 to 10. Tonight, 20% chance of rain, partly cloudy with an overnight low of 73. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. For you Thursday, more of the same. Sunny, hot, highs right around 100 with a 20% chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, guess what? 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms before midnight, partly cloudy with an overnight low of 73. Southeast winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Friday, you guessed it, 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms for the afternoon, sunny and hot, 95 for a high. So there's a bit of a change up there. Southeast winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Friday night, 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly cloudy with an overnight low of 72. Saturday, 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms, sunny skies with a high of 96. Saturday night, 30% chance of rain, partly cloudy, overnight low of 72. Sunday, anybody want to take a guess? 20% chance of rain, mostly sunny, high around 97. And 40% chance of rain for Sunday night. And then Monday, 20% chance of rain, partly cloudy, high of 95. So, yeah, if you love hot with a chance of rain every afternoon, welcome to your heaven. Enjoy. That's what it is. I just reported. Don't shoot me. All right, it is 13 minutes after 9 o'clock. We're going to take a commercial break here, and then we'll talk with the folks from American Legion Post 61 on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Do you know what to do when you or a loved one has flu-like symptoms, chest pain, shortness of breath, or abdominal pain? Or where to go for a broken bone? Emergencies are never convenient, but when they happen, ask to be taken to Loveless Regional Hospital, where they have 24/7 emergency care, intensive care, and more. You can even be seen in about 30 minutes or less. When urgencies or emergencies happen, ask to be taken to Loveless Regional Hospital. Because minutes matter, and you have a choice.
When you think of home health care here in Roswell, what's the first thing that pops into your head? That's right, Frontier Medical. We've been doing it better than anyone else for over 20 years. From in-home nursing to physical therapy and so much more. Doctors and hospitals from Albuquerque to Lubbock and everywhere in between have been trusting their patients to us here at Frontier Medical. So when it's time to make a choice, remember Frontier Medical. 575-627-1112. Frontier Medical. Name to remember.
Sure, you can inspect your own roof, get out that rickety ladder, crawl around up there and try to spot the problem until... Or you could call the experts at Do Right Roofing. Do Right Roofing has quality products for any type of roof. They can even install seamless gutters. Do Right Roofing will inspect your roof and give you a free estimate fast. Keep your feet on the ground. Call Do Right Roofing today.
575-623-2273. Let Do Right do your roof right.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
Yup, it's back to school season, and Roswell Honda wants to get you geared up with the 5th annual Back to School Blowout. Stop by Roswell Honda now through July 29th and register your kids to get a backpack chock full of supplies absolutely free. Then on July 30th, join Roswell Honda for the Back to School Bash with lots of free food and fun stuff for the whole family. And that's not all. While you're there, register to win a brand new desk, office chair, and HP laptop. Register now for the Back to School Blowout, July 30th, 10 to 1 at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
The Eddy County Fair is July 26th through the 30th at the Eddy County Fairgrounds in Artesia, New Mexico. Central Valley Electric Cooperative invites you and your family to the Eddy County Fair. Be sure and visit the CVE booth in the exhibit building. Learn about what's going on at CVE and pick up some great giveaways. CVE also wishes good luck to the Chaves County 4-H and FFA Fair participants as the Chaves County Fair is July 24th through the 30th. CVE, a big supporter of the 4-H and FFA youth in our area, and we wish all exhibitors the best of luck.
How do you make the most of your land? Shaw does it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1025R compact tractor, as he does everything to make
my yard look as beautiful as I possibly can.
But the Hubbards use their 1025R because
we really are trying to create this homestead.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a Deere.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
It's an old story. You go on vacation, you relax, you have a good time, and then you come home to a world of disarray. Your mail is backed up. You have 100 messages on your voicemail. Your lawn is 3 feet tall, and your pool has developed a nasty algae problem. Well, the good people at BioGuard can't solve all your problems, but they can help you with your pool. So before you go on vacation, stop at Mays Lumber at 115 South Virginia in Roswell and ask about their special vacation plan. BioGuard has a wide variety of products that will find algae and take care of your pool. So when you come home from your vacation, you can depend on your pool to relieve your stress and not add to it. Because BioGuard guards more than your pool. They guard your time, your vacation, and your peace of mind. BioGuard at Mays Lumber, 115 South Virginia in Roswell.
We cut to order, special order, products sold and new. You can count on Mays Lumber Company.
Is there anything worse than waking up tired from a sleepless night and walking outside to that 100-degree weather? That burst of heat just makes you feel even more tired. Hi, I'm Dr. Sarah Usher with Carabelli Dental, and we are the experts in sleep apnea oral appliances. We can help you get the quality sleep you've been missing without that bulky face mask. Wake up refreshed and ready to enjoy those big summer plans. Let us help you sleep better and live better.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental in Roswell or call 622-4455.
The octopus and the squid both have 3 hearts. That's why they eat so many Tums. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 18 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from American Legion Post 61, we have Commander Lee back with us and Auxiliary President Jen back with us as well. Good morning.
How, white man?
How is everybody doing today?
Doing well. How are you?
Good. Doing good. Doing good. It's summer and it sort of rains every day, so
20% chance. I hear.
Yeah.
That's what I hear anyway.
That's the going. That's the word on the street anyway here. So
I just wonder if maybe it was some lazy meteorologist that said, 20%.
Yeah, just phone it in for the whole week. I'm on vacation. It's summertime.
Right?
Y'all got this.
Called cut and paste.
Right? I'm kind of wondering.
Well, I to be honest, I think half of being a weatherman in this part of the state is that anyway.
That's true. It's very boring down in the Southwest. It's hot.
Yeah. Well, it's either nothing or
deluge
or chaos. There's no in between.
It's either the very boring monotony or you got fires burning us down or mudslides when it rains.
Nothing or life-threatening. Nothing in between there.
Yeah.
So, but good news. American Legion Post 61, the family's been pretty busy these last couple weeks here. Months.
Aren't we always?
Yeah, aren't we always? But really, one of the big things, if folks want to learn probably a bunch about Post 61 and stuff, is come on out to the farmers market Saturday mornings. Mm-hmm. They've got a booth out there every Saturday, and are the baked goods still there? And are the baked goods gone by 8 a.m. usually?
Pretty close, yeah. Joy and her grandkids, they love baking them on Friday nights.
Well, it depends who's selling.
Okay. Well, you got some that are more cell-savvy and others that are more...
We're working on getting the Cub Scouts involved.
Well, they came out on the first one.
Yeah.
They did a really good job.
Yeah, and by the way, of course, American Legion Post 61 is now a sponsor of a Cub Scout pack, Pack 61.
Pack 61.
And they're now underway, and they've been having their regular Thursday meetings
Every
here
Thursday,
the last month
o'clock.
or two here. And so if you're looking for opportunities, what's the age group right now? Do you know off the top of your head?
The youngins.
2nd through 4th grade.
Okay.
2nd, 4th.
But so if we do have a 5th grader.
Yeah, we're going to try and start a troop
as soon as we
when
get
school starts.
a few more scout age. We're going to start a troop in probably September. So about a month from now.
So if you have an elementary age kid and someone who's maybe a little bit older than that, be on the lookout for that. But
and the interesting thing, most of our scouts right now are girls.
Yes.
So it's not just Boy Scouts anymore, folks.
No. Scouting is all co-ed. Boy Scouts is its own organ. Girl Scouts is not affiliated with Boy Scouts, by the way. For folks that aren't. It's a complete. Boy Scouts of America, BSA, is not affiliated with the Girl Scouts. They
separate.
Do a lot of cool same type stuff with the kids, but
pretty much
but
identical.
They're different. Well, they're not really identical because
having been a Girl Scout, they're not.
Yeah. Boy Scouts scouting.
I was under the impression that they're the same sort of.
They've kind of shifted where scouting. Boy Scouts kind of stays in that camping, first aid, that world. They do venture off into computers and all that, but a lot of it's still focused in on those parts of scouting, first aid, being prepared. Where Girl Scouts, they have some of that, but they kind of venture
projects
into more like business and things that aren't necessarily dealing with
more business and
sleeping
home
in a
type
tent.
stuff.
Yeah. It's more life skills than camping skills, I guess you could say.
Well, then I stand corrected.
Which is why girls are in Boy Scouts now, by the way. That's because there's a lot of girls that wanted to do what Boy Scouts did, but they don't really offer that same kind of stuff in the Girl Scouting
program. They just had their first overnight
last Saturday.
Yeah.
Last Saturday they were over at
was
Bitter
Saturday
Lakes.
before?
Or Saturday before that.
Anyway.
They were at Bitter Lakes.
Yeah, they had a blast. The kids were not ready to come home.
Leave.
Yeah, parents, they were ready.
Parents wanted to go home.
I bet. Well, and that's such for folks who've never been out to the Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge, it's a beautiful place.
It is.
And it's not bottomless lakes. Bottomless lakes, you go there and swim and do all the recreational stuff. Bitter Lake is a wildlife refuge. They do some camping for the scouts and things, but it's a place that we're there to come and enjoy it and see it. It's there for the habitat and the wildlife that live there. It's their home. It's there for them. It's not for us to come in there and boat and camp and fish and do all that kind of stuff. That's bottomless lakes.
It's a great place to do photography, watch a beautiful sunset, maybe do some yoga, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But
see, depending on the seasons, like here in the fall, in August, September, they'll start doing Dragonfly Festival and all that. But then right after that, it's like crane season. So
that is so cool. I went out there and saw the cranes when those guys came in. They're noisy, a lot noisier than I expected.
Yeah, they're not
very
silent.
Pretty.
But yeah, so because at the end of the day, Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge is basically the wildlife's version of a pilot flying J. It's what it is. Because it's when the migratory animals are head north for the summer, then they stop at Bitter Lake for refueling and vice versa. When they head south for the winter, that's one of the pit stops for them.
So I was really glad that the scouts were able to go out there and enjoy that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but farmers market, every Saturday through the season here, American Legion Post 61 will be out there among many other folks out there. So if you want to come and support our American Legion Post, if you get there early, you can buy baked goods and things. But we usually have some other items to sell that support either our auxiliary or our Post 61, our sons, or all of the above.
Right.
And so if you like to support, and of course, if you want to learn more about getting involved with us, like I said, we have our 3 different branches of our family that you can be a part of.
Lots of opportunities.
Yeah, either as a Legionnaire for those that served honorably between now and basically December 7th, 1941.
Yeah.
And if you served honorably, you're eligible. And then, of course, our auxiliary, which, by the way, is like the Boy Scouts, gender fluid. Men will have... men are allowed to be a part. You don't like that term.
Yeah. Well, the auxiliary allows the spouses of veterans.
Yes.
So
we do have men that are part of the auxiliary.
It's not that I don't like the term. I just don't like politics.
I know. It's just funny to say. I'm just twisting a little bit.
So yeah, it's the female family members of the veterans. So sister, mother, grandmother, wife.
Yeah.
And also, of course, the spouses.
Yeah. But if your wife is a veteran,
right,
you, the husband, can be an auxiliary member.
We have a couple that are in the group.
Absolutely.
Like that.
And then we have a couple couples that they're both veterans, so both can be legionnaires and auxiliary because they're married to each other. So they're technically auxiliary and legionnaires because they served and they're the spouse of a
And then the male veteran, because his father or grandfather served, could also join the Sons.
Join the Sons, yeah. So all those, and that we just confused the living daylights out of you. Ask on Saturday when
or RoswellLegion.org.
or go to
Pretty much the bottom line is almost everybody is eligible to join.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it's a service family. We're camaraderie, fun, get together, but we do a lot of focus on children. With a lot what we do, but that's not certainly just what's in our wheelhouse. Really, the big pet projects for the post-61 family are the Scouts, Cub Scouts here, Memory Lawn Cemetery. That is a thing we've adopted ongoing, and will continue to do.
Wreaths Across America.
Wreaths Across America is something
we're already selling wreaths right now. They're $15 a piece.
Excellent.
I've sold a bunch of them already. Got Charity Bears, $10 sponsorship. We're going to give our first batch to the Sheriff's Department here soon.
Next couple of weeks or
we
so.
We finally got our first batch of bears all completed. The auxiliary and
they've been working every
Legionnaires
Thursday
have been
night.
really working hard on those. So.
Right. And we've had some corporate sponsors on that. So, I mean, we've taken a few bucks.
Yeah.
There.
They've been giving us money to buy material and stuff to make the bears and all that.
For sure.
Yeah.
But if you love sewing and doing that, or maybe you want to get involved with Memory Lawn and help volunteer there, technically you don't even have to be a Legionnaire or any of the families to help us out. We'd love to have you do that.
In fact, there's a few people that show up pretty religiously to help us, pick up garbage and that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, so if you just want to be with us and work with us and maybe don't qualify as a Legionnaire, we'd still love to have you come out and do some of these things with us. And then, of course, every Thursday night they're meeting at First United Methodist Church doing the sewing
6 o'clock.
and doing that for a couple hours each Thursday.
We're going to put a cenotaph out there really soon for Henry.
Yeah, Henry Mayhew. The owner of the cemetery died back in
He passed
May,
away.
wasn't it?
Yeah, but it was beginning of summer.
April or May.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
First, second week of May. Anyway, his widow has been out here, and
the family's still very interested in continuing with the cemetery.
I'm happy to hear that.
We were too.
The projects have been delayed a little bit because they've been regrouping, obviously.
Well, that's a major major thing, and they've got family to. They got healing to do, and then they've got finances to get in order and stuff.
One of the daughters was like, "Oh, by the way, I guess I inherited a cemetery." So she was a little surprised, but when she understood what was going on, she was very excited about the prospect of continuing.
What's the rule of thumb on that? Like, if you own a cemetery, do you get a plot? Like, I mean, I would think if you own it.
Think so, but I don't know.
I think that's by default you get one, right? I mean, I think that's the going rule there. But who's to tell you can't be there? You own the cemetery.
I would think so. Well, I would think that not many people own cemeteries, so I wouldn't know.
I don't look at it as an investment.
If you own a radio
property.
station, do you get your own radio show?
If you own the radio station, unless you do something dumb and the FCC kicks you off. But
there you go. Same kind of rule, I think.
Well, I don't. You think I own this?
No, I was just saying that the owner could come down here and have any kind of show he wanted.
The owner does.
Yeah.
He does the AM show on our KSVP every morning.
There you go.
Really? I didn't know that.
He's a part owner. He doesn't own the whole company. He owns a percentage of. We have several people that own this company.
But those who own can do whatever they want.
Right.
True. This is true.
Yeah.
Well, I just know I didn't.
See, that's the beauty of the American Legion is nobody owns it.
This
just
is true.
the members.
Yeah.
We just
have to all keep plugging along.
That's right.
Yep.
We're created by Congress, and I don't know if that's good or bad to tell people, but
it's one of the things they got right.
Well, I mean, it is cliche, but it's true. It takes an act of Congress to change the American Legion.
It does. Yeah, it does. But we'd love to see more people come be a part of it, too.
We could really use the help, too, because we have a lot of irons in the fire, and we got a lot of projects going, and just not quite enough manpower.
We're just about ready to go into Milwaukee.
For nationals.
National comes up in a couple of weeks here.
Yeah, at the end of August.
And of course, we got one of our big events that's going to be on the horizon here is the Veterans Day celebration here.
And we have our chairman here with us, and she's willing to talk about it, right, Kim?
I got to turn her mic on.
He had my mic off on purpose, I think.
Really? No. Yes, it's not like we're playing Mexican trade here.
Yes, we've been working on that and meeting, and we've gotten the ball rolling. We are looking for sponsorships from businesses, and our sponsors, we will be having their ads on the flyers and posters and getting the word out. So it would be recognition for businesses as well that want to sponsor.
Yep.
The parade will run down to the Wool Bowl. We're hoping to have some activities and fun events.
Where's it going to start?
It'll start up here at the courthouse.
Gotcha. Start at the courthouse and go towards the Wool Bowl.
4th Street, towards the Wool
Gotcha.
Bowl.
Just clarifying for people.
Yes. And we'll have some fun activities that we want to plan at the end of the parade at the Wool Bowl. I think it's going to be, things are looking good.
Yeah. We're planning to do it on the 12th, which is the day after Veterans Day.
Yeah. Yes. It's that Saturday.
Veterans Day falls on Friday.
Friday this year?
Yeah. The parade would be on that Saturday.
And the parade, which will be nice because most people will be off work and there'll be less traffic downtown during the time the parade would be happening. So.
Yep. We're pretty excited about it.
Yeah. But we are, like Kim was saying there, we really want people to come out and enjoy the parade. But then right after that, join us at the Wool Bowl and come out. And like you said, we're going to have stuff for veterans. We'll have more to come as we unveil everything. But we kind of want to make it a big celebration out there at the Wool Bowl, too. So
I do want to make note that if you donate or sponsor $500 or higher, 20% of that goes towards real advertisement.
Okay.
And since we're nonprofit, we qualify for double ads. So
yeah, they're going to match her.
So if you think about it from $1,000 perspective, $200 will buy you $400 worth of ads for that period of time. So we want to make that clear for businesses in the past and say, well, it's great that I get mentions, but I can get advertising for less and that sort of thing. And the truth is, well, you probably could, but this year we're going to offer it as a package.
As guy that is hosts a radio show, and I spend when I turn off these mics, I spend the rest of the day making commercials and doing marketing and stuff. It's kind of my day job.
Yeah.
Take this advice from me. I hear what you just said. Like, yeah, I can buy it. You absolutely can. But here's the angle you don't get. Local businesses and local people like businesses that support local things. And so, yes, you get a mention in the thing, but when people that find the Veterans Parade and all of that a very important thing for our community, which there's a lot of people that do that in this community, when they see your name attached to stuff like that, it synonymously staples you with a community-minded business.
Right. Oh yeah.
And when let's face it, we have a lot of big events here, and you see names like the Crumlin Automotive Group.
Oh, yeah.
You see the Richlands. You see Excel Energies. You see they're all major corporations. They don't need to do any of that stuff for the community. They do it to be a part of the community. To when you go buy the car, tell you, hey, you're investing in our community with this. We do things with this stuff. So. Yes, you can buy your own ads and do your own thing, and please do, because I eat lunch because of that. But at the same time, you can get a lot more bang for your buck in the feel-good world, which in turn translates to money in your business. And it's just a smart imaging thing. So you pay the $200, you're getting a lot more goodwill for that than you just spending $200 at a radio station buying an ad. That's the difference.
That's the takeaway.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's the difference.
So if there's any businesses that are thinking about it and like, yeah, I think I want to do this, is there a number they can call, Lee?
Absolutely. 575-268-0220. Or they can call me, 720-272-1455.
And if you get a hold of me, I can get you in touch with the people that you need to get in touch with. I tend to know one I'm.
Yeah, you know a few people in town.
One lets me live with her. So.
Or you can get to roswelllegion.org and you can get all the information right there.
Yeah.
I'll be posting information about these sponsorships and stuff very shortly. I do want to mention that we're coming up on our annual Halloween event.
Oh, yes.
Which is going to be in October.
Yes.
Of course.
When is Halloween on a Monday this year or something? What day is it
something like that. I think we're planning to do it on
like the Saturday before.
On the weekend.
Okay.
This year we're planning on doing a carnival. So
cool.
Yeah. We're going to do a haunted house, but we're thinking we're going to do games and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Again, it also depends on how much manpower we have. So if you're thinking of joining, if you're kind of waffling, please come out, help us, and put on something fun for the kids.
So would this year be a get out of your car thing, or would it still be the drive-through the others?
No, not doing drive-through this year because
now that COVID's gone for the most part.
That and the fact that everybody in town's copied us. So we're going to do something different.
Okay.
Yeah,
sounds
we got to
good.
up our game.
So, and I know the creative minds behind our drive-thrus and everything.
Yeah.
As soon as we finished with the last one, they already started planning this next one. They love Halloween.
It's a passion for them.
It is.
And whenever it's a passion for somebody, it's amazing to see. But when you get in the way,
she's a woman on a mission.
Steamroll.
or rickrolled in the 80s.
So important takeaways are Reach Across America, the parade, obviously.
In November,
and Halloween.
And one more thing. We still are offering scholarships and things. Please turn in applications.
We'll be considering applications.
We've got a few in.
First week of August, we'll be considering. We've got 5 scholarships available this year. Next year we'll have 4, or at least 4.
Okay.
We may have 5, depending upon if I can shake some coin out of Crumlin again.
Expect a phone call.
Well, yeah, because we're going to offer them all on equal footing.
Sure.
So.
Yeah.
But we got those going. And then, of course, I have ongoing expenses out at Memory Lawn. I mean,
with the price of gas,
we could use some more donations for that
really
side, too. Yeah.
Accelerated. I mean, and with the monsoon season here, if we don't stay on top of it, we get the 6-foot, 8-foot.
Yeah. And when it's not raining, there's plenty of water being put on that thing and everything else.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. One of the guys that lives out there, he's a farmer. His name's Jason.
He's
dragging those lines for us, and
we
really appreciate
it. That volunteering again, just people just doing their thing, helping out because and that's just it. It's an important cemetery. I mean, every cemetery is, but that one means a lot to a lot of people. Not only are there 200 plus veterans there, but there's a lot of people that family members, they have family that's there, and unfortunately, that thing got pretty run down over the years, and it's taken a lot of work to get it back to honoring the people that call it home now.
Yeah.
Well, and we're going to have a special ceremony out there for a family. They one of the graves got upended, and
with the rains. Yeah.
It turns out that they didn't have a proper military send off because of. They couldn't get the DD-214 in time.
Oh, I got you.
So we're going to go out there and take care of that here pretty soon.
Yeah.
We also have a Gold Star recipient in September that we're going to be honoring. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. But we do more than one at a time. Mm-hmm. So if there are anybody else out there that would like, some Gold Star recognition, please get a hold of us as soon as possible.
Yeah, we and it's a service to the community. I know we, as a family, we honor you, or as a mother, we honor you for the loss that your family has suffered, and I know that evokes a lot of emotion, and some people don't want to go through that, and I don't blame you. We don't want to do it.
It's a hard thing sometimes.
But if you're considering it, or if you're kind of on the fence about it, you're doing a service to the community because we want to honor that person and your family, but at the same time, without the next generation of your family, we don't have a country anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
We the only reason we get to enjoy the things we do is because of families like yours. So please let us use you as an example, but also as an inspiration to show the importance of why we need our veterans and why we need to celebrate and honor the people that have given their ultimate thing they can give to us for this country. So I know I'm getting hokey, but at the end of the day, that's what it's about.
It makes a difference. It reminds the community that there are those in their community who paid the ultimate sacrifice so they have what they can have and their freedoms. And it reminds those that sometimes forget that it's not something that should be forgotten.
It's very easy to not appreciate something that you have all the time until you don't have it, and then you realize how precious it was.
Remember COVID?
Yeah.
When we had all those restrictions and things? Imagine if that was permanent.
And we don't want you to learn how great it is by you not having it. So we need to remind ourselves every day how good we have it, and it's because of our Gold Star families and things like that. So that's why we do it. That's why we honor those.
I do want to quick mention Jason Burke and Robert McDonald. Is it? What's his name?
I'm sorry, I don't know.
Robert. Anyway, he's the second vice of the newly formed VFW here in town.
Yes, the VFW is very involved.
I do want to McDonald, I think.
Actually, I got a message from him last night after the show here. I'm going to shoot him some times. We're going to get them on the radio here.
Good,
So,
good.
yeah.
I was wondering if he was going to contact you.
Yeah, I told him they only needed to slip me $500 and I would get him on.
Oh, but wait a minute. Where's my cut?
She took the cut.
Well, then I'll get it back from her one way or another.
No, but seriously, they stepped up this year.
They did.
They're helping us.
I'm glad to hear.
With
I'm glad
the
they're
Veterans
getting.
Day, and they're an equal partner this year.
I'm glad to see our local VFWs getting back into things and another great organization and
of course 28's still helping us out too.
Good deal.
So it's a team effort.
We've got 5 organizations helping us out this year. So we've got the Post 61, Unit 61, Post 28, Unit 28, and the VFW this year. So
awesome.
If you guys anybody sponsors the parade this year, it's going to benefit all
veteran
all
organizations,
5 organizations,
pretty much here.
Right. It's not just going to one of us. It's going to be spread between the 5.
Great.
So because we want to recognize that they're all equal partners.
Absolutely, but it's I'd love to see more people get involved with this stuff too. Yes. So please reach out. And here's the thing: when's the next Veterans Parade meeting scheduled?
The
2 weeks.
9th, I believe, of August.
Okay.
It's a Tuesday.
They meet on a Tuesday. The next one will be the 9th office. It's right here in the J.P. White building on 3rd and Main, in the 2nd floor. If you'd like to attend that meeting, it is open to the public, and you don't have to be affiliated with the VFW or American Legion to be involved in the planning of this thing.
Right.
If you have an interest in the Veterans Parade, we have an interest in you helping us.
Do we ever?
And we do need sponsorships this year more than other years because the city is actually going to be charging us a fee to have the parade. So we need to raise some
cover
funds
costs
in
for
order to cover
officers
that.
and street closures and all the things that cost them to do.
I'm hoping we don't have street closures. I'm trying to work a deal with Mike Harrington, the sheriff, to do a rolling deal this year.
Okay.
So that will cut down on the road closures and stuff like that. So we're trying to cut down on costs and not utilize necessarily a
all the
lot
barricades
of the
and things.
barricades and the Roswell Police Department and that sort of thing.
Now, if there's some sponsor listening saying, no, I want all of that, then come help us. Help us pay for it. We'll do it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. In order to do the full shebang, last year they wanted to charge us like $2,500 or something like that, which was outrageous. But this year, I don't know what kind of a deal we're going to strike. I've been in negotiation with the city, so we're trying to figure that out.
Okay. Well, more to come on that. But either way, it's all happening and all that. It's a question of, how much it's going to cost us. We'll figure that one out.
And I know that we're also trying to work with NIMI because we're hopefully, fingers crossed, going to be able to land an Osprey over in their field. So.
Oh, good deal.
We're working on that.
We can have a static display.
I've been in communication with Lieutenant Colonel Houtby out there, and he's been trying to facilitate the people that we need to talk to, but I haven't heard from him in a little while, but I know that he was on vacation or something.
For folks that don't know what an Osprey is, it's an aircraft that is the qualities of an airplane and a helicopter.
It's very cool.
It flies, it takes off and lands like a helicopter.
Like a Harrier.
Yeah. It's got big rotor blades on the wings like a helicopter would have rotors, but it it tilts, it flies like an airplane.
It more or less took
in the
over
air.
the job of the old CH-46s and 47s.
Yeah.
It's pretty much been its replacement.
I remember, growing up in Maryland in that area, if I went down towards where my family lives now, they live near Pax River Naval Air Station, which is a big test base for Navy stuff.
Never heard of it.
And and they have all kind of Osprey flying around there, and you just see them day in and day out just doing their exercises and what have you. So.
Yeah, the other day here I saw one of the big jumbo military planes flying, and he was flying low and slow. I'm like, you must be coming in for landing. He was pretty cool.
I wonder if it was a C-5 coming in.
It wasn't that big, but he was big.
Okay. Did it have propellers or jet engines?
I think he was jets.
Okay.
I did see a couple of smaller planes. I was wondering if maybe they were with the fire service because they did have propellers. They were pretty small.
Yeah, usually the bigger ones with the propellers are C-130s. And those could be military. They could be civilian.
What's the deal with Big Head Mike here? He's got an actual hat on now.
Well,
they flipped it around.
During UFO Festival, we were invaded by Clyde Lewis and Ground Zero.
Oh, no.
And so their team did a rope and dope and pulled my hat and put that one up there.
Wow. Is that how that works?
They just slid a new hat up there, and I like, that's cool. Left it up there.
I noticed you got your subliminal wall straightened out again.
Well, it's still a little goofy over here. It's the cleaning people came through and moved everything around, so I got to go.
They did it again, huh?
And go in and fix it. But yeah, oh well, I can't complain because I do like clean.
Well, yeah, there's something to be said for that.
Yeah. Well, but dang, I don't know. Can you get a blower or something and do those little things? I don't know. But anyway,
who's going to sponsor you to wear fishnets this year?
Actually, there's a guy out there. And he wants me to buy a bunch of Commander stuff, which I'm going to do. I just haven't gotten around to do it. And then don it. And now, I want the third helmet, the Blacks uniforms.
Third helmet?
That's for Washington.
Okay.
They're new, and I think they just released the helmets, so I might go digging around and try to get one. But they haven't been, because it's all new uniforms for the Commanders, so it's not as readily available as every other.
Back to Redskins. I mean, that was actually.
I would be very content with that, but apparently a lot of people don't like that.
Oh, you're talking a football team.
NFL, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I thought you were talking like military uniform.
No,
like,
no.
Why would they need a helmet?
No. He wants to get a picture of me not in fishnets, but in my Commander's gear.
Oh, okay.
And so I want the black alternative.
Gotcha.
But the Redskins, they've just moved, so it's all new uniforms, and it's not.
Speaking of football, I should probably mention that Post 28 is raffling off tickets.
They are, yes.
cool.
For the Dallas Cowboy game. So,
who are they playing?
Tampa Bay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of Cowboys fans there, and I'm not one of them. But.
No,
they're going to be in Dallas, right?
It's a box seat.
Yeah.
AT&T Stadium's a good place to watch a game. We watched a game there, and
Great
it's nice.
stadium.
Yeah.
They're the tickets themselves are.
They're pretty nice
They're
tickets.
listed at like $1,000.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
Like that.
Yeah, but I guess
And
you
they're
can get
box seats?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
$313 the box.
And anyway, $20, and they're going to do the raffle here pretty soon.
Okay.
Yeah, in August, I think.
That to help pay for some of their renovations and things they got going on.
For the roof.
They need to really fix their roof.
Yeah, the roof has been leaking like a sieve. They got to get that fixed.
It's only a problem during monsoon season.
Right.
That's for sure.
Which we're in currently, so if you could help them out, that'd be great.
That's the time it makes a great sunroof. But anyway.
Not what they were going for.
No, probably not. Probably not the alfresco look they were hoping there.
Yeah.
But please come out and learn more. Come out Saturdays. Come out to the farmers market. Get there early. You'll thank
It's
yourself.
still nice and cool.
And you'll thank yourself because you'll get the best selection of the produce and stuff. And
They
I
have some
imagine
nice
they're
stuff
just
out
a
there.
couple weeks away from some green chilies showing up out there, I'm guessing,
They have
too.
some now.
Oh, is there some out there
Yeah, I
now?
saw
I
some.
didn't think it was till August they started ramping up with the chili.
They have-
They
a
make
few.
those burritos every morning.
Oh, man, those are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, if you'd like to learn more about our Legionnaire, any of our family, come on out Thursday nights. You can come on out to First United Methodist Church pretty much every Thursday night.
Yeah.
We're out there.
Between
We're up on the
6
second floor.
Yep.
And
there is an elevator.
There is an elevator. And you kind of feel like a baller because it's all for you.
The Roswell Daily Record is going to do a story on us here real soon about the Charity Bears.
Oh, great.
I just have to get back with the journalist here. But they were doing quite the little interview with us on that.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yep.
Good deal.
When Alex Ross gets back from Thailand, I guess he's gonna.
He went to Thailand?
Well, he's with his fiancée.
Oh, I didn't know if he's covering a story or. Oh,
no,
doing it in Thailand.
no, he was there. Yeah, I ran into him at the convention center for the.
During UFO Festival.
Fest.
Okay.
He's getting married, and when he gets back, he wants to do a story on the Charity Bears.
One would assume his fiancee's from Thailand?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Or are they just going on like a honeymoon or something? I don't know.
I think they were going to visit family. So.
Good
family.
Cool. Good for him. Good deal.
Yeah, my understanding is the place he was going to go visit, the family only has one fan, so he was going to go stay in a hotel.
He's like, nice to meet you. Yeah. I'm going to go suck up some AC.
Yep. Well, if you're not used to that kind of heat and humidity, it can be hard on you.
Yes.
Southeast Asia.
No offense, if I went to meet my wife's family and they had one fan, I'd be staying in a hotel too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Southeast Asia is not exactly the same climate as here.
Yeah. I'm complaining about the humidity in this building. You think it's bad here. Well, you go over there. So, I just saw the time. We probably need to wrap this up here.
Well, of course.
But, of course, if you're looking for, and here's another thing. If veterans need things like that, please reach out. We're a resource for vets if you're having trouble locating resources or need that kind of stuff. I know Post 28, Post 61. I'm sure the VFW is the same way. Just reach out to any of us. We'll do what we can to help you out.
Sean Nicholson is our service officer, and he works closely with the VSOs, both Danielle and Dagmar here in the local area.
Great.
Yeah.
So reach out. We'll put you in touch with the people we need to, or get you situated at the best we can. So good deal. Is there anything else we missed, or anything we want to make sure?
I'm sure there's 100 things that we missed, but you know what? We'll save it for next time.
Till next time. Call it a tease. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate the visit. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Mike.
It is 28 minutes or 52 minutes. I was looking at something else. I don't know what I was looking at. 52 minutes after 9 o'clock. Let's pause for Wall Street business update news and a quick break before we wrap up the show. Don't go away.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. A higher open for Wall Street this morning ahead of the Federal Reserve's action on interest rates. T-Mobile has agreed to pay $350 million to customers affected by a class action lawsuit filed after the company disclosed last August that personal data like Social Security numbers had been stolen in a cyber attack. Boeing reporting a smaller second quarter profit that fell short of Wall Street's expectations as its defense business weakened and it remained unable to deliver any of its 787 Dreamliner planes. The giant aircraft manufacturer reports a profit of $193 million, down 67% from the second quarter of last year on a 2% drop in revenue. More than 1,000 Lufthansa flights have been canceled today because of a one-day strike by the airline's German ground staff, affecting tens of thousands of passengers. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Now for your Pecos Valley News Update, I'm Jared Sorello. The New Mexico FBI has released the names of more than 170 indigenous people in the state and on the Navajo Nation and Pueblo tribe that are missing. The list, along with some pictures, was compiled as an effort to locate the victims and to encourage families to report their missing loved ones. The list, further evidence of the number of missing indigenous people across the country. A 2016 report, in fact, from the National Crime Information Center said there were more than 5,700 reports of missing American Indian and Alaskan Native women and girls. A wildfire update now. The Cienegita fire, which began on June 3rd, about 4 miles northwest of Ruidoso, has been ruled caused by dry lightning strikes. The fire reached 37 acres and took about 4 days to put out. And also a reminder that the Eddy County Fair begins Thursday at the fairgrounds, which are located in Artesia, 3402 South 13th Street. You're up to date with local news headlines. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
Here at the Tailgate Nation, we try to make our service department as friendly and convenient as possible. But sometimes you're just too busy to bring your vehicle in for the service it needs. So your friends at Roswell Ford have come up with a revolutionary new idea, mobile service. Instead of you bringing your vehicle to us, we'll come to you. That's right, the Roswell Ford mobile service crew can take care of routine maintenance and light repairs at your home, office, place of business, or just about anywhere your vehicle is. We can change your oil and filter, rotate your tires, replace your battery, change your windshield wipers, do a complete multi-point inspection, and more. Right in your own driveway or parking lot. And these are Ford factory-trained technicians who'll bring the right equipment, tools, and parts to get the job done correctly without interrupting your busy day. So how cool is that? Mobile service. Kind of makes you wonder why nobody thought of it before. Call the Roswell Ford Service Department to make an appointment. Then just sit back and relax.
Roswell Skin Center is here to provide comprehensive skin care to southeastern New Mexico in a friendly and warm environment. Dr. Cometti and his team continue to offer a full scope of medical and cosmetic dermatology services, from treating skin cancer to helping you look your best. Roswell Skin Center is proud to introduce Anna Ingalls, licensed esthetician who specializes in cosmetic treatments including laser rejuvenation, hair removal, facials, chemical peels, and more. Anna is accepting new patients, and when you schedule your first treatment, you can receive $50 off and begin earning valuable discounts to be enjoyed throughout the year. Schedule with Anna by calling 575-208-2509. And for more info on our services and rewards, go to roswellskin.com.
Submerge yourself in the ultimate Wild West weekend. Relive the story of Billy the Kid, where it happened on the most dangerous street in America. Living history, children's activities, plus revealing lectures and tours. Explore the historic site and see the last escape with Billy the Kid pageant. 3 performances with special guest Michael Martin Murphy Friday evening. August 5th, 6th, and 7th in New Mexico. As close to the real Old West as you'll ever get.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin & Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin & Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin & Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
When I'm ready for new furniture, I don't want to wait for it. I go to Glenn's Furniture, where everything is ready for immediate delivery. Beautiful power reclining furniture, gorgeous dining room sets and bedroom sets, and the world's most comfortable mattresses. Glenn's has the quality furniture I'm looking for at the best prices around, in stock and ready to go home. So don't wait around. Hurry to Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda, delivering for free since 1953.
Let the Valley Cafe cater your next business meeting or lunch. Call ahead, 575-755-3287 and place your order. The Valley Cafe, 575-755-3287.
The tool used to measure your feet at the shoe store is called a Brannock device. The person that measures your feet at home for no reason is called a creep with a foot fetish. Here's Mike Winters.
And it is, good morning, it is 9:58. That's, we're about done with today's show. Of course, if you missed any part of it, check it out at your leisure. We have technology that works most of the time. And it is Roswell, yeah. Internet's is like, it works and sometimes it doesn't. But anyway, we got everything on demand. Just log on to ksvptv.com. Click on the Mornings with Mike Winters channel there. We also have a KEND, Roswell's Talk FM YouTube channel you can watch our stuff on. And, of course, our 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM Facebook wall has all of the links to all of our interviews and things. But we had Kevin Mavers, City Development Director, join us in the 7 o'clock hour talking about some of the highlights from their meeting last night. There's actually talk of an RV park that might be going in, and so the plans are being laid for that. So talked about that. In the 8 o'clock hour, we actually, our guest didn't make it in, so we replayed an interview from the folks from the Roswell Literacy Council. And, of course, we just had American Legion Post 61 join us here this hour. All right, that's going to do it for us. Have an amazing day. We'll talk to you bright and early, 7 a.m. tomorrow. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND.